Hey, 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 Curvies. Hello, beautiful Curvies. Thanks for tuning in to Larger Curves tonight. Make sure you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button on your way in, my beautiful Curvies. I appreciate you taking your time to stop by and hang out with me tonight during this Larger Curves recaps reality request on Real Housewives of Potomac, and I decided to throw in Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we can talk about all the other stuff too, because that's what we do over here on Larger Curves. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate you taking your time. Smash the like button on your way in if you haven't already. Smash the subscribe button. Do it right now if you haven't already. I really appreciate you. And also, make sure that you like this video and share it with people. That really helps me out over here, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. So tonight we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it's just a little recap because everybody's been talking about it all week pretty much. And I did like a recap, one of those. I did a funny recap. It was, oh, I'll recap in 10 minutes. You can check it out on my page if you haven't already. And so I had more to say. It was just, I didn't really, I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again. Oh, wait just a second. Let's see what's going on. Well, yeah, so I was just going to do another little recap of the Potomac. It's not going to take long. It was under 10 minutes last time. And just a second, you guys. Look, I'm typing to Tottie. Oh, there she is. So I'm going to bring up Tottie Vision as requested. There's Tottie Vision.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, gorgeous. How you doing?
I am amazing. How are you?
I am so freaking good, you know? And I am so thankful that you were able to take your time and come back over here and pop in. You were requested.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. I feel so
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, it was a special request. So I know that you haven't watched this week's Real Housewives of Potomac, and the season's about to end with Karen's wedding.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
I,
so
I haven't watched it, but I did watch like the highlights on this social media page. But I did watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, so we can, still get into both of them. That's
okay, no worries. And I wanted to also take a minute and share my screen and show the a glimpse of the dress. Hello?
yes.
Okay. A glimpse of the dress that Karen will be wearing. Oh,
Oh, yes. Let me see what the Grand Dame has put together.
yeah.
Hey, DT.
DT is here.
Nice to see you too.
Yay, yay. Awesome. DT is in the house.
Yes.
Now the party can start. I can definitely tell DT's energy is the kind of energy that the party does not start until DT gets there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever time you get there, that's the time the party starts.
Yes. Let me
You
get
for dropping in DT. That's what we're saying.
yes.
You know,
Well, that is my baby girl.
yes, DT, yes, all the way from New Zealand. Sharing
Mm-hmm.
some energy. I appreciate that. Beautiful curvy. Thank you. And, you know, like we were saying, we were going to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes.
And we can start with the obvious use of the mother from Wendy. Like I didn't really appreciate how they just told that story and that was the end of it.
What girl? Tell me what happened.
OMG. Well, G and Mia in this final episode, they get back from wherever they were, where G was talking about Ashley sleeping all the time.
Mm.
And then they get home and they're opening the invitation of moths. Karen sent out invitations and she told them while they were away on their trip all together, you're going to get invitations and be sure to open them outdoors. Ray wanted me to make sure that you open them outdoors.
Mm.
So everybody's opening these were hibernating butterflies and
Oh.
some appeared to be dead
What?
because they weren't finished thawing yet. And yeah, it was beautiful and creepy and you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what an orgasm is, a petite mort, right?
Oh,
Like a little death. That so there is love in death. So I guess it's an appropriate invitation after 25 years of marriage. So, but I thought it was nice. I like the idea of like the butterflies and stuff.
yeah.
What do you think?
I think it. I mean, I'm not the type of person to. Well, I guess the idea is for them to be let go, but something in me is like, don't put them butterflies through that. Hello.
I'm right here.
Oh.
Um, Juan DT says it's Juan Dixon running away from the butterflies as if he ran the 100 meters for me. Yeah,
Yes.
he did that. Okay, so when Robin and Juan opened up their box, Juan is like, it's crawling, I'm out. And the kids had locked him out and they were like not letting him in. He's like, if you don't let me in here, and smooth left Robin to deal with that shit on her own. And
And
this is a precursor to the conversation that's going to
my
come up
them.
wherein she says, oh, I'm scared that the same thing is going to happen again. I mean, if he's running away from butterflies, frozen butterflies, she has every right to be like, at least voice that, hey, sometimes I get a little hesitant. You just ran away
Everything,
from butterflies, dude.
everything about their relationship is enough of a reason for her to be hesitant. There's literally nothing about their relationship that makes me say, go ahead and stick. I mean, other than the kids,
Yeah,
but they just to have never been. They seem to have never been in a good place
right,
that I've seen.
right. It's kind of just been like a place of
Right.
convenience, probably, or a place of, familiarity and
But
at
what
one time safety because, wasn't it the kind of situation where Juan grew up like her brother because
they grew up together.
mother took him in and treated him like a son and then they end up together. So it's kind of interesting already also.
Like familiarity. I think we had that conversation about people being with each other since they were so young and just not knowing how to separate appropriately.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's just so natural. Let's see what DT has to say. DT says, also larger curves. We have the new avatar for me. Oh no, Edwards, James almost Puffer Fish Thornton. Let me see.
Mm, But what
Oh,
did Wendy do? You were about to tell me.
huh?
You were going to tell me what Wendy did? You said she did something with her mom, or did you say moth?
Mia.
Oh.
Mia Thornton. So Mia Thornton, she brought on her mom, who she just said in this last episode was, well, episode before last, I guess, where she admitted that her mom was not only an ex-con, but had just got out of an 8-year stick and was recovering, talked about relapsing constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, here's my photo from DT. Let's look at it. I'm gonna have to turn on my camera. Watch. Yeah. Oh no.
Well,
That is what. Oh no. OMG. Okay.
well, what happened? Oh my gosh.
That is so wrong. Right. It's like, interestingly, exactly like it. It's so weird. So weird. And I love her. She's beautiful. It is interesting that she looks just like James Edward almost in a weird way. So bizarre. It's weird how like we can look like people sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People always come up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, I met you before. I know I did." And I'm like, "Where have you been?" They're like, "Oh, I grew up in, Kentucky or something like that." And I'm like, "Never been." You know what I mean? Like I haven't been there. Like so, but we all have like a person, I guess, that we can look like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Mia had her mom come on the show, admitted that her mom was all this recovering, and was like, if Candace saying she was low budget ended up being her straw, that it was going to be on her that her mother relapsed. Remember all that shenanigans?
Mm-hmm.
And we're all like, anybody with sense is like, squeeze me. No, lady, you brought your mother on this show.
And put all her business out
Your mother on that you haven't talked to in how long?
there.
Did
Mm-hmm.
she say she hadn't talked to her mom in like a lot of years, right? And you're going to pretend like you're repairing this relationship. So, in the very last episode, when they returned from the vacation, they open the box of moths inside, of course, and have to take them outside and then come back inside and they're sitting down. And G says, well, oh, Prosperity Thick Girl is here.
Hey, girl, what's up?
OMG. That's what I'm saying. Now we got two Wonder Twin powers activate,
Yes.
right? That's what we're talking about.
So what happened?
Okay. Sorry. Yes, for Prosperity Thick Girl. Yes, that's right. Appreciate you. That's who else that's who requested you,
Hey,
Tottie,
girl. Hey.
right? I called her as soon as you guys got off the live earlier, DT and Prosperity. I totally called Toddy. I was like, you've been requested. Right?
And here I am.
Let's see. Okay. DT is like, hey, Prosperity Thick Girl. You're so good to see you, right? It's like so nice. I'm so glad you guys popped into Larger Curves after dark so we can do this recaps of reality. Hey y'all. And then DT says up here, yeah, Mia Edward James almost Puffer Fish Thornton using her mother's relationship as a storyline is just really off. Yes, it is. If you cared about rekindling a relationship with her, you'd do that privately. I
Mm.
completely agree, DT.
Yes, yes.
Completely agree. And that's what was so off putting when G, of all people, in this last episode last week, when he starts the conversation off talking about, oh yeah, your mom called us every 2 minutes, to the point where I had to be like, well, what's wrong? And and that you're calling us every 2 minutes, uh, and she tells me they're your kids anyway, like, and threatened to leave. So we had to leave early and come get the kids from her. And then Mia says something like she was triggered and rushed to get home because she felt that her, oh, here we go, here we go.
She felt that way.
There we go. Prosperity Thick Girl wants the link. That's right. So she ended up saying, after all of that, her being triggered and her mother threatening to leave and basically not being able to watch her kids adequately, she felt, she's like, well, I guess everything was for nothing. Like, we're back to square one.
What?
Yeah, and it was so weird the way she even brought her mom into, she didn't what? She
That's
didn't
so
want those
weird.
kids any longer. I know, right? And
Well, they
because
didn't
those
have a relationship, so it was weird for her to. I think we said it was weird for her to have her babysit for the first time while she's on this show.
yeah.
Um,
DT says, real quick, Toddy, sorry. DT says DJ Nasty G was just enough. Was just like, apparently he's older than Mia James almost. Yes, he seems like he's older than Mia's mama for surely. For surely. Look, Prosperity Thick Girls in the house. Go ahead, Toddy.
if they were going to have him babysit, I mean, have her babysit. First of all, they should have let them form a relationship first. And to be gone for so many days when her and the kids don't have a relationship, it was weird. And everything's so weird with Mia and her mom. And it's like you're embarrassing her. And if she does relapse, it's going to be Mia's fault. This
For
is too much.
surely. For surely.
And then it's like, if you're so worried about her relapsing, why did you take her out for drinks on camera?
Right? Right?
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Prosperity Thick Girl 40. What's good? Thank you for
what's
popping
up?
in.
Hey y'all,
How
How you?
you
and
doing?
I'm good and you all.
I'm good.
But how you gonna have your mother watch them kids that weekend and then come home and go right back out of town? Them ain't her kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them ain't
Exactly.
the kids. She don't want to be bothered.
And
And
then
you
since y'all
know
got
her
so much
kids,
money, why you didn't have a nanny there to help her?
exactly. And you know her kids are probably bratty because
Yeah.
they're not raised the way her sister kids are. So you
Hmm.
probably know they have
Uh-huh.
attitude. I don't eat this. I don't eat that. Somebody got time for all that. When we were growing up, mama probably used to whatever I feed you, you gonna eat. And when
Uh-huh.
you don't want it, what am I supposed to do? Nothing.
Right.
So come
That
get your kids.
um,
That's what I'm saying. Who normally watch them?
right? Like, who normally does? Like, what's up with that? And that
Right.
is really interesting that after everything that she went through as the daughter of this woman who, to anybody with sense, hasn't had a chance to totally heal, why you would burden her with your kids
Right.
constantly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Interesting too. Like, you're setting her up to fail. You're like, right? Like,
Trying to embarrass her. Like,
yeah, like
All
you're
that
so,
money you got, all that money you keep talking about you make, hire someone who was doing it before mama.
right?
in my opinion,
It's
Mia's
already
not.
said you don't have the kids.
I don't think she's trying to heal as much as she says. I think she wants revenge
Yeah, that
because
is for sure.
you steady doing stuff to embarrass this woman. The most reasonable thing would be to maybe ask her to babysit while you go out on a date, not
Yeah,
other town.
yeah. No, I think not asking her to babysit. Like, if you haven't talked to me in 10 years, I don't even know what's going to set you off properly,
Yeah,
blood or not, to be watching my kids. You know what I'm saying?
and
Like,
she didn't even take care of her from what she says. So why you
that's
think she wants?
yeah. So that's the interesting part. But when she mentioned it to her mom,
Hmm.
in the beginning, she's like, "Oh, and I just feel like you watch my sister's kids and like you never watch my kids." Like, the bitch, because you just said you made $500,000 a quarter or whatever, a year or whatever. Why do you need free childcare?
Yeah.
Right, and you're probably still holding a grudge against this lady. This lady don't, it's probably too, don't know how to maneuver around you. If I say this, how she gonna feel? If I do this, how, it's a lot to go with that. I don't know you. 10 years is a long time not to be around somebody, whether you're her mama or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
Mia's
not kids no
grown.
more. You're grown.
If Mia
Right.
to heal that relationship, it would have happened before now. It would not be happening like this. Her mom is a storyline, and she's making her look bad as revenge to whatever she's heard about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That
because she never talked about her father, and she said he hurt her too.
that's
The
yeah.
mother even said he hurt her. So
Mm,
if you want to sit there and bomb with your mother on TV, how about not throwing everything at her and throw something at somebody else? Because she wasn't the only person that did this. She didn't let you get burnt. Your dad let you get burnt. She was at work.
exactly.
Right.
So I feel like Daddy did way more damage than Mama did, and because Mama even said Daddy was the one that introduced her to drugs. Like, come
Hmm.
on now, stop putting all this on this lady when you ain't. No, no. But you
Yeah.
want me to do you a favor?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so much wood it's for the crosses that she's putting on other people. It's like, put it all down, Mia. You're doing too much. And that was one of my questions. Where are my freaking banners? I had a really good question.
DT said probably because the sister's children are better behaved than Mia's.
Right, and she around them every day, and she can discipline them. She ain't got to worry about nobody telling her, don't say that to my kids, don't do that to my kids,
Yeah.
don't treat my kids that way." Yeah, and that's why kids grow up to be bratty because nobody wants to correct their kids.
And the sister probably actually put in real effort to bond with their mom in real life
Right.
Right.
to get to that point.
And my
And
thing
just
is, how
being
about
around
not
them.
taking them out and to going out and really introducing them to their grandmother the right way? Have
Right.
spending fun times with grandma. Don't have grandma disciplining them because they're
Yeah,
going to look at grandma as a disciplinarian, not as
right,
the fun grandma. Grandma shouldn't have to do
right.
all that no more. Grandma is optional.
That's what she wants. She wants everybody else to see what she is hurting. She wants everybody else to look at her mom as if her mom is a bad person because I think she's hurt. And if she was really trying to heal, they'll be in therapy since she's so rich.
Well, go get daddy's mama or daddy's sister and treat them the way you treating your mama. Because from what you said and what your mama say, daddy is the culprit that started all of this. Your
Right.
daddy is the reason you were taken from your mama. You said that you got burnt. They're
Oh,
not going to let you go back home. Your mother was at work. They're not letting you go back to a house where your mother has to work and your father has to freaking watch you. That's not safe. You got burnt.
the mom also said he introduced her to drugs.
That's
Right.
what I said. Yeah, all that. Come on now, stop. You can't just keep putting it on this lady. I understand your dad dead and gone, but you still got to give him what he had. You can't put it on her because she the one alive. Go find somebody in his family and be mad at them. Stop being mad at your mama for everything that happened in your life.
Hmm. Yeah.
Be mad at
Exactly.
G for telling you to shut the fuck up and
Oh,
embarrassing you the whole trip. Be mad about that because I was mad for you. Why wasn't you mad?
mm. She probably has a bias. Some people, you ever met some women who just no man can do any wrong? They always blame the women.
Hmm.
So I want to
And they
talk about
stupid too.
G as well. G and Ashley. What do y'all think about that?
I think
Ashley is
that,
trying to make G look bad as worse than Michael, so she can get the stank off of Michael. That's how I look at Ashley,
She
because she
is.
did way too much. Girl, if you that tired, why are you on a trip with everybody? If you're that tired, why did you go on the boat? Why you ain't stay in the house and go to sleep?
Mm,
right. And obviously, if you're on a bus with your mouth open sleeping, somebody's going to say something.
yeah.
Thank you. That's
When,
what you do. That's what black
yeah,
people do. We
yeah,
don't. We play the dozens. Everything is a joke to us. He even
right.
talked about when Candace was playing with her husband's hair. Candace didn't go off, but for you to tell me something because you are so a mother, girl, are you a mother when you being messy as hell?
Exactly.
Why
Exactly.
was you
No,
all in Wendy's husband's business? It would take you to ask the question.
What he had? Oh yeah, yeah.
So
you mean
how's
about,
your relationship with your family now? None of your damn business. Is your
What?
mother still under the bridge?
uh,
And who your
that's
husband been groping?
Riot, because he don't want you. Where's your husband and Juan? Are they coming? Are they together?
They probably are together. The wives out of
Or
town.
Did,
They turning up.
did y'all see the after show?
Uh-uh.
no, what
The
happened?
damn producer. the producer asked Ashley how did she feel about the bromance between Juan and her husband, and you got to see the face she made as she did not stop any speculation. If anything, she added fuel to that goddamn fire.
I've seen her do that before. Like she'll raise an eyebrow. You know, yeah, it looks like she knows that they be. I don't know.
Something's wrong. Something's going on. I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell you, if y'all, you got to watch it because the face she made, she did not deny it. She was like, yeah, because they got a different type of friend. They have a girl, and if
Yeah,
I was
that
Robin, I would have cussed your ass. Don't play with my imaginary fiance or whatever he is to her.
right.
yeah,
Don't play
Robin
with him like that. Tell the
did.
truth. Say it out plainly so they can understand what you're trying to say. Don't you be insinuating anything about my man or the kids, the children, the father of my children. That's what we're not going to do.
or tell
That's how
Rob.
you know they have a problem with dark skinned women because they keep letting each other slide with the bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because if Candace
That's
would have
why
said
it
that
was
or Wendy would have
also
said that, they would still be hollering about that till this day.
yeah,
And you know, her and Robin on the after show, they do theirs together. So Robin can hear everything she's saying when she's saying it. So if nothing's going on, why aren't you putting this lady in her place?
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know something going on at this point. And I don't understand why Michael Darby get away with so much, but we'll never understand
Child.
that. So what do y'all
That's
think
my
about
whole thing. That's why she's trying to make G look worse than him because she's trying to
the?
get the stank off of him. No, G was raunchy and G did way too much, but he ain't grabbed not one
But he
ass.
kept his hands to himself.
Yep, and
He
that's
might have used his words, but he did not do none of the things that Michael is accused of. Or
mm-hmm.
But
we have
that's
seen him.
also
We ain't
part
seen
of
him in the
just
bed with
society
nobody.
too. Did you notice that just overall in society, some people that are not us can physically
Do
physically
whatever they want.
harm, damage, destroy whatever. You know, they can alter it physically
Yeah.
and it's no
Mm-hmm.
problem. It's no problem.
And it can be
Yet,
seen
when
and there's no problem.
a melanated person, when a melanated man, when a melanated woman, regardless of hue in certain situations, when they even speak a word, a
Exactly.
utterance of retort, when they speak a word of what the fuck, when they challenge the slightest impropriety, that's
Mm-hmm.
an issue that needs to be shut down. That we're gonna talk
Exactly.
about that all day long, all night, all every 5. I give you 20, I
And
give you
that's
30.
why I get mad at Candace when she don't go at them the way that she goes at the other people. I don't like it. Put
Mm-hmm.
Right.
them heifers in their place because they need
Well,
to be.
you know the thing is, I'm just trying to figure out why is it that when she go off on anybody though, because I mean even when she does go off on Ashley, she just the devil. You know what I'm saying? So they
I
play
love when
those.
she go off on Ashley.
I do
I
too.
pay that. I love it because
I
she
do too.
deserve it.
But
Because
everybody just
Ashley is
paints her
messy
out
as
to be
all out
so
goddamn
evil.
doors.
When she retaliates, they
And
paint her out to be so evil every step of the way, and I hate that. But
I love
I'm
when she
just,
go out to Ashley
what do y'all think about
and Michael.
her and, or not her, but Ashley's comments towards G?
You
When
heard what Candace said though. Candace said, "I'm just gonna sit here and eat my food and watch and just keep watching this tennis match go back and forth
It's
between them two. It ain't me this time.
I'm gonna eat my
it's
corn and potatoes.
when she was talking
it's the
about he
two
had
light skinned
dementia,
hoes.
when Ashley was saying that he had dementia.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, it's not me this
Well,
time.
you
Can
know,
nobody put it
that's
on me?
kind of like it's not as medical a term as serial predator. So I'm not really concerned with what she
But
said.
she was being ages at the same time. Since you want to
Was
keep
she
throwing out
was
all these other
she
isms,
said
you was
that to
being
him?
ages as well.
Yeah, she said that to him because of his age. I don't think she would have said that to
Exactly.
a younger man. And then she tried to make it seem like it wasn't that. Yet when Candace called you wide, she
At the
was passionate.
table. Mm-hmm.
So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
she needs to take all that heat and she needs to be given all that heat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because when
look.
she called her, and then you wonder why she called you milkmaid, and every scene we see you in, you got your titties out. Bitch, you being a milkmaid. The hell? You in front
Right.
of these ladies' husbands pulling your breasts out. Nobody wants to see all that. But if G was as bad as he was, why are you pulling your breasts out in front of him if he's so freaky, if he's so this and he gets so, why are you doing that in front of him? Yeah. Come on, Ashley. Get out of
Right.
here with that book.
Hmm.
That
You
is
know,
not
Michael days are numbered and your days are numbered, so that's why you keep trying to keep the drama started.
Yeah,
right.
you can just get off the show, really.
She can. I don't
Exactly.
know why Ashley hasn't had a storyline in a very long time. And this constant PSA she did all season, there wasn't one, there might have been one episode where her titties weren't out doing a breastfeeding PSA.
I
That's
mean,
And if
like,
she ain't
her, Giselle, Robin, none of them have a storyline. They just stir everybody else
at
up.
all,
They don't do nothing
if
entertaining.
she
Oh, God.
if she does what she didn't have this motherhood thing, that's all she uses. I'm a mother. I did this because I'm a mother. I'm tired because I'm a mother. I'm this girl, but you ain't never at home. Go to
Mm-hmm.
bed. You got a whole
yeah,
nanny. Why are you not getting no sleep? Why you so
right.
tired? And as
Because
much milk as you
thinking
done
of,
bottled up for them damn kids when you was on that trip, why was you still
thank you,
breastfeeding the
DT,
baby
for
when
the
you got home?
picture.
You had no milk left? God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, DT, for that picture. That was hilarious. DT says, "Does anyone have a spare placenta so we can give it to Pennywise placenta eater?"
Yeah, she should have took one of them pills before she went on that trip.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing? But then she spent so much energy. Your wife, what was she saying about Candace? She disrespects my husband, and then what she do? Turn around and disrespect somebody else's husband. It just kills me, the double standard, and it looks like clear colorism. And the only thing that keeps me from saying it all the time is the fact that they give Karen hell too. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like maybe with Giselle, it might not be as much colorism. Maybe it's the public that is that with
Puts it
Ashley.
Oh, I
on.
think that, call me crazy, but I don't think that Giselle does not get it. I think that Giselle doesn't react the way people think she should react when getting it. Therefore, they don't see her as getting it because she's so nonchalant about receiving it. You know what I mean? Like she's like
No,
basically,
she give it so much that nobody can notice when she getting it because she's always the one giving it.
I was gonna say I
well,
haven't really. I saw Wendy give it to her, and I definitely noticed it, and I was here for it. But I don't. It seems like she is the popular girl that people say I'm gonna stand back.
Everybody want to be like.
Yeah.
huh?
So that's what it's. I feel like when people come onto the show, they have this notion like she's like Nene was like. This is the person you want to try not to have any problems with.
Hmm. And she can't read. She can't talk about no. So I don't understand why they so scared to go after her.
I don't either, but I'm glad
That's why
Wendy
I
was.
love when her daughters get in her business.
All the women, that's one thing I love about Potomac is they were giving us educated, women, and they were rich, and because that area code is not cheap. Living in that area is not cheap. And even if you are in just a townhouse, townhouses are the thing out there. The same way penthouses, where Mia and who's it's live in the penthouse. And
Well, I still don't know why Robin on there because she never lived in Potomac.
well, just like Dorito when she
Yeah.
got her house home invaded. Sidebar: Dorito from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was home invaded last night,
Mm.
and she supposedly they were at the foot of her bed and they didn't harm her. They rummaged through her house. They said they were going to kill her, but then they decided not to and just rummaged through her house for 20 minutes and stole all her jewelry in 20 minutes and stole all of her bags in the same 20 minutes.
Mm.
And it was two of
So did it
them.
happen on
And supposedly, she wasn't going to be returning, but supposedly also another story said that had it happened like another hour later, his cameras would have got it all or something like that. So I don't know if she did it to protect her storyline. But to me personally,
That's what I'm saying.
real quick, to me personally, I feel like Dorito set this whole thing up in an effort
Hmm.
to get us off her ass for yelling at Garcelle and being so fucking bully towards Garcelle and racialist. She doesn't yell at the white girls they do more to her than Garcelle has ever done. And she's never taken that kind of tone or condescending demeanor with them. And for her to put Garcelle and play her like that on TV, she was really getting it. and people were like, "Oh, you don't have a storyline anyway." They were coming for her. Oh, there's Tottie. You don't have a storyline anyway. They were coming for her, you know.
That's what she
So
gets.
I
I don't
that's
believe
what
it.
she is, you know. So I think she did this for sympathy, if anything, because how did somebody break in her house? I'm glad she's okay, but how did somebody break in, not harm her after they said they were going to kill her, not even pistol whip her or nothing? Remember, at least Kim K got pistol whipped. Didn't Kim K at least get slapped in the face with the pistol or something when they stole her jewelry off her in Paris? Remember?
I don't. Did she get
So yeah,
slapped? I
something happened
don't
to
remember her
him.
getting slapped.
Huh?
I didn't remember her getting pistol whipped. She got pistol whipped.
I don't know. Did she?
I'll Google it. Keep talking. I'll
Yeah,
Google it.
Google it. Yeah. Because I'm just like, that seems so unbelievable because Dorit, who clearly is known for talking the elephant's ear off, all of a sudden only said, "Don't hurt me. I have children." And that's all she said. And they listened,
Child.
you know? Like, I'm just like, whatever. None of the whole story doesn't even freaking sound believable. But I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad her kids are okay. But I was also thinking that it happened because the freaking PK a couple episodes back kind of boasted about his $1 billion bankruptcy, $4 billion bankruptcy or whatever he had, right? And then we get Dorito bragging about paying retail for everything that she has on the reunion just last night she did, right? And then right after that episode aired, she gets robbed of her most valuable possessions. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
ain't gonna make me believe that.
what a coinky dink. What's DT saying?
Then
Yeah.
hours later, cameras was
Also,
around.
Horit Dorito fake Versace got fired from. Yeah, I heard that too, DT. Did you hear that, Prosperity Thick Girl?
Who?
That Dorito got fired from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
I don't even watch their show.
Oh, okay. What about you? Did you hear anything on that, Toddy?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so just DT and I heard. Yeah, I don't really know where even I heard it from DT, but yeah, I heard that too. So we can get back to Real Housewives of Potomac, which we all watch up in here. So I think that, Giselle getting talked to by her daughters this last episode. You missed that, huh, Toddy? There was this episode where I called it Giselle Kicks Rocks. Her and her daughter go to a nursery, and at the nursery, they're looking for landscaping plants for the driveway that's going to be circular in front of Hotel Giselle. And I really think she should change that name. Um,
Yeah.
I really think she should change that name. But anyway, but she's kind of tacky because she's
She has
like
no style.
she doesn't have style. Yeah, like what she feels is stylish, other people feel like it's like that could be considered very like a country version of stylish. You know
How
what I
can you
mean?
not even pick out flowers? You can't even pick out nice flowers. Like, lady, what
Yeah.
is
Just don't have no
wrong?
taste.
Yeah, her poor daughters.
Well, they seem
But
to
I
have.
love when they give it to
Yeah,
her
so
every
we
time.
were at this freaking nursery, and she sat down on a rickety bench where her daughters looked her in her eyes and told their mother that they did not have an example of how to be in a relationship, therefore probably wouldn't be in a good relationship.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, I
From
don't know.
daddy or mama.
Yeah, like, so it
Yeah,
wasn't a
probably wouldn't even
one-sided
let my
blame or
kids.
anything.
I probably wouldn't let my kids even be on TV like that. But
Me either.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's a pretty common issue that you hear. If you haven't been able to see it, then you're not really good at doing it, but you can still have hope for it. A lot of people grew up
Hmm.
in toxic homes or single parent homes and still, you know,
Find a way to put it
yeah,
together.
they
Yeah.
find a way. But I honestly, even though I don't like Giselle, I wouldn't even let my kids be on like that. I don't know. That was a
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
really
but that's what she need. That's because she need a storyline. That's why.
yeah.
There's her
well, and
storyline.
very honest and vulnerable for her. And I feel like the episode after that too, where she went to the shrink about it, was another opportunity for us to see, the heart of Giselle in as much as why she has these layers. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, she admitted that she's like this for a reason. We don't exactly know the
Still is
reason, but she
emotionally
like
stunted.
yes, and that she's like this, and that she's very standoffish, and she has this wall up so
Mhm.
that she can be strong. But now her daughters think that she's emotionally unavailable.
Well,
Y'all think
your
that
parenting is different. I don't know. I hate to even talk about people and their kids. But I just feel like when it comes to parenting, I think one thing that children don't understand is even when you are doing your best, you're still human and you still go through ups and downs and you'll go crazy trying to keep that mask on that they want you to keep on. You just,
Yeah,
I don't, the
Mhm.
image of that kids want of a parent, or yeah, the image kids have in mind of parents is not real. You just don't ever see that she's not going to be perfect, and hopefully she just, I don't know, gets to a place to where she can have a better relationship with them.
right.
But I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, it's not like she's abusive or anything, you know what I mean? So
Right.
she's just
But she
human.
don't. Yeah, them girls wouldn't have turned out the way they have if she wasn't. I
Yeah,
always say that. That's one thing about her I won't never take away. She doing something right with them girls.
that's right. They seem well put together. They're beautiful. They seem
There's
like they
no
care.
sex tapes. There's not one sex tape of them.
They seem like
They don't
they
have any. They haven't stolen the car. They haven't come up drunk at a party. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of different ways.
they're not afraid to talk to her. That's really
That's
they
the
talk
other
to
thing.
her openly. And some kids are so scared of their parents, they just keep everything bottled up.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
I feel in that regard, that puts her daughters ahead of the game
Hmm.
because there are so many people, especially Black women. We were just talking about whenever the melanated speak, it's a problem for many. And specifically Black women, I feel being empowered to speak their truth to the person they need to
Yeah.
speak it to in real time is a very powerful tool to have in your quiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're
Hmm.
able to draw on that strength, knowing that, and that builds confidence too, because their mom didn't shut them down. Their mom didn't like freak out. It was very chill, at least how
Yeah.
they edited it.
She
It was a
communicates
very,
very well with them. I notice it all the time. But
yes,
what the honest to God truth is, they don't need to be so focused on figuring out how to be in a relationship. It's good to see
At
a
all.
be able to take care of herself and
uh-huh,
provide for herself and her children and figure things out. Pay attention to what you do have.
right.
Yep.
Well, the only reason they brought it up was because Grace, I believe, is the oldest, who's
Hmm.
going off to college.
Hmm.
So she was being honest with her and she's like, well, you're probably going to get in a relationship soon.
Hmm.
So that's how it even all came up. It wasn't like she was trying to force her daughters to be in relationships like that. Heather lady
I don't,
over on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has 3 daughters and grew up Mormon and she wants her daughters to go out and get as much premarital sex as possible.
Yeah, she just
Uh,
with
yeah,
who was
she's
that,
basically,
Heather? She gets some
yeah,
money, honey.
Heather, she's basically pimping her daughters out in a way. She's just like, go fuck. Yeah, go
She's a
get some.
Kim Zolciak.
well, you know
Just
what?
drive the
People tell
car.
their sons that all the time.
Huh?
People tell their sons the same thing all the time. I mean, I wouldn't do it to
I
my.
do. And I got 4 boys, and I don't tell them that not one time ever in their
Yeah, I
life.
was gonna say I have a son. I wouldn't tell him that either. But people say that to their boys, and I mean,
Mm-mm.
it is what just wear protection. I wouldn't be encouraging it, but at the same
No.
time, I keep getting these conversations about women not knowing their bodies, and if they would have just got to know it a little bit,
Mhm.
you wouldn't be looking at a man trying to ask him to
But
help.
that is also true. You should know yourself before you let somebody else explore you.
Yeah, because
Right?
then what did they end up saying? That they were victimized or they did everything. You start feeling resentful when you just let somebody do what they want with your body because
Hmm.
you don't know
Right.
what you want.
DT says, I think the daughters have taught Giselle a good lesson. A big reason is why I'm a fan of the daughters, is that they are very mature for their age and have a good outlook
Hmm.
on life. I completely agree, DT. I totally
I
appreciate
Yes.
think
that, girls.
I think her kids are afraid of her being alone once they leave the house. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to leave your mama knowing that, thinking that she's not gonna be okay.
Right.
Uh,
Well, that would be even if it was a boy too. You know what I mean? It's just the
Yeah,
thought of
they really
yeah.
wouldn't want it because boys are on their mother. I got 4 of them, and believe me, boys are harder with their mother than the girls are. Girls are daddies. Boys want their mama to be okay at every end. I have to tell my boys, let me walk on the side of the street. I'm the parent. No,
Yeah.
mom, because no, that's
Yeah.
that's my position. And my
Mhm.
kid, I have a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old, and you would think they act like, no, I'm still the mama. Get on the other side, because if anything come, I better get hit first.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel it. But the
Awesome.
empty nesting is scary from what I hear, but it's actually quite
I'm ready.
possible that me too. But it's
Look, I
actually
just got mine. I don't think so. I don't know. Like I waited a little longer to get my, till I was basically considered a geriatric pregnancy,
well,
But
I'm ready. I'm ready. But
I'm like,
I really
Yeah,
think
I'm ready for this child. I got two out of
yes,
college, one graduated high school early. I just got the 14 to 15-year-old. Yeah, I'm
oh my
ready.
God, that is
it's
cool.
really
I am
possible
ready.
that Giselle will probably have a better chance at finding a husband when the kids are out because there's
You don't
so
want
many.
everybody around your kids. I
Yeah,
understand that
that's
part
what it
too. 'Cause
is.
I don't
There's
bring nobody around my kids, and I got grown kids. I know.
You got to think
Mm-mm.
about so many other things when you got kids living in the house too. But when the kids are out the house, then you can actually just date for yourself and you have them over, spend more time, kick it around the house,
Over
and
whenever they want, whenever you want. They
yes,
can walk
yes,
out the shower with a towel
Yeah,
wrapped
get
around
broke off,
them. You can do
get
yeah,
all
broke
that stuff.
off proper.
yes. You can bond differently.
Yeah,
So she'll probably actually find someone later.
Yeah, that's true
yeah.
too.
'Cause
Kids
I'm the
also
same way.
don't
Don't
realize
come
they be in
nobody
the
come
way.
around my kids. No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Let's see. DT says, Heather, the one apparently Bravo is trying to make the queen of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yeah, I noticed that. It's like because Rihanna likes her, we have to like her. I don't think so.
What? I'm gonna say I haven't watched that show this season. I
Mm-mm.
watched I think the first two episodes. I haven't tuned in since.
Well, there are some
I
things
just was
happening
tuning in to
there.
see Jen.
Yeah, I just
Jen go
watched.
to jail.
I always try to watch and see. I breastfed my kids to Bravo, literally, and my water broke to Flavor of Love. Okay, and it was like, yeah. So I like just am all into it. Anything, I'll try it at least once or twice. And I tried it again because Mary is so freaking quirky. I love her. I
Murray
love
is,
Mary.
oh my God, Murray is in a world of her own. I
I
swear
love it.
she is.
I love her world. I love when she lets us visit her planet. I love the language they
Uh,
speak there.
her call.
I love her eye movements on her planet. She's so
She
quirky. I
got
love
some
her. I love her. I love
faces.
her.
She
I
has
love
some faces, and then she just spaced out, and you could be talking to her. She could be in mid sentence, and she would just space out. Like when
her.
she went to sleep on the reunion last year, she said, "Oh, I was asleep."
Oh my god.
Wait, no, you were asleep.
That
What?
was so funny. She's like, "Oh yeah, just a little bit." And she's so honest. She does, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what reality TV needs is a good, honest, quirky lady who has her own money and possibly a cult religion. But
I
if
guess it never ever
hers is a
said.
cult, if hers is a cult, then the Mormons are a cult because she said that hers is exactly based off of what the Mormons do. And
I
anybody
don't
who
think the Mormons ever stood in front of their church and told them they broke, and I don't like
probably
y'all.
they did. Probably they did at one time. Because anybody that knows anything about the Mormons knows that they did not let black people into the main part of the temple.
Mm.
So possibly her grandmother created this so-called, I'm doing air quote, they possibly created this religion sect as their way of absorbing the Mormon religion, which they loved, but had excluded them. So I'm here for her
Well,
so-called
Murray must have
cult.
dropped that
And of
part
course they're
because
gonna call it a cult. And they're
she
gonna
got a book of her own.
yeah, and as far as that goes, the freaking Whitney Rose bringing her her recovering drug. Oh wait, oh Black Lavender's in the house. Wait, oh my gosh, look, Black Lavender. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Look at that. What a freaking treat! Isn't
So
that a treat?
Did anything else major happen on RHOP?
The only other thing I think happened
It was a
was,
filler episode to me.
yeah, it was basically fillers. Oh, I wanted to play. That's for Black Lavender. Wait, let me see. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Black Lavender's in the house. Thanks for stopping by, Larger Curves. That's right. DT says Mary is hilarious. And the only
Yes,
reason why I was watching the show was for Jen Shaw. Admit for accountability moment, right? I
and she
kind
ain't never
of
gonna
like
do that.
Jen Shaw, but I did not like how she pitted herself against Mary season 1 as the only, she was like, I'm blacker than you're black, basically, to the black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't appreciate that on any level. You know what I'm saying? So we're both black, whatever kind of black it is. They all see us
She
as
need to
whatever
go
we
find
are.
her husband's mistress. That's what she needs to do. Because that man checked out that merch a long time ago before they even started the show. Ooh.
Yeah, right. And so I did kind of like Jen Shaw, but she's just so over the top and she's so made up, and I don't know if it's real or not. Like I kind of feel like she's putting on
Exactly.
airs the whole entire time. I'm like, really? Sequins in the middle of a snowstorm? Really? Like that just doesn't seem completely sensible to me. And I
That's like
know,
it was bust her butt.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, what's going on, right? And then at least the other ladies, you know, it's not so, I don't know. I don't know.
Blatant.
I don't really
Right.
like Whitney Rose. Whitney Rose is so, I do like her, but there's something about her that she seems so free and spirited, but she does come off kind of judgy on certain days. And then
I
with the other one, Meredith, I don't know. She just seems like she has a lot of Botox going on. Right now, I'm talking like my jaw is wired shut because she's just so uptight. Like that's my interpretation.
Meredith acts like Spacey like Murray though.
Well, she acts spacey, but she talks like she's wound up tight. Like she's just like, and then,
She her husband. She
you know,
needs some.
yeah, yeah. And Jen is constantly apologizing. They do kind of make her apologize too much. And Jen cries too much. But I feel like as a POC, person of color, as a Black Indigenous person of color, that's the BIPOCs that they call, and as a Black person, a melanated hue, I'm just going with melanin. Melanin is where I'm at, okay? So as the melanated, they I like when they cry because it counteracts the white lady tears. So I'm all about Black ladies crying first or in between that shit. I'm like, napkins out. Everybody get to Candace's tear class 101. We need to come napkins ready so that we can weaponize those things the way they've been wet. We need to counteract that shit and get some crying lessons going up in here for the melanated tears. That's how I feel personally. So I kind of like that Jen will break down and cry at the break of a hat. And I kind of liked I like when she does it around this particular group. It's different when Candy does it in a room full of Black ladies. It's like, come on, Candy, put your big girl panties on today, you know, in Candy's situation, because she's in a room full of her sisters, literally. But for Jen's situation, being in a like room full of Karens, you know, I'm like, oh, you got to come
I
with what
can't
Karens
feel
come
for
with, and
Jen.
that's their tears. So
I can't even relate to Jen. She just so I can't. I don't relate to her as a indigenous black, a regular. I don't,
I
because she
don't know
tries to
what,
pull that
yeah,
card too much for me. I'm a black woman. We don't have to let people know that we are black women. They know that we're black women. You don't have to keep no. You have a lot of black in you every night when
wait
your
a
husband come
minute,
home and
wait
you
a
got
minute.
black kids, but girl, you act like that's all you are. Talk about your other heritage. No, she tried to pull that card too much for me. And it irritates my soul. It really does.
Well, I haven't watched it. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds interesting.
Last season, she said she was black like 50 million times.
So many times. Oh my
Is
gosh.
this because
But
I'm a color girl? No,
so
it's because
look,
you're
says
irritating
DT
and you're
says
fraudulent.
Oh, larger curves, trust me, Tongans are notorious for being over the top. Our culture revolves around going big or going home. Oh, that's beautiful. And that's like the beautiful regalia and everything then of her outfits and stuff. Like she wants to like her standing out is part of her culture is what
Like that
DT.
big old house she told us was hers and it wasn't. Now she in something different. Bye, Jen.
I don't know. So she did say she was black like a lot of times last season. Like she wanted them to
Yeah, she
know.
was like more than Murray
And
said
I
she
was
was
like,
black, and we
but
can
I
see
thought
Murray,
you
but
already knew them. I thought they already kind of knew each other also. So I was like, why are you telling them so many times again? You know what I mean? I was like, what's with that?
and that's why Murray was looking at her like she was crazy, and that's why her and Murray couldn't get along.
and now
Murray
Jen
was that lady.
and now Jen Wynn is coming for Mary. And she like was yipping at Mary, told Mary to F off and all this. And when Mary was like, don't talk to me like that, she's like, I can talk however you want. You don't get to tell me how to talk. And totally flipped the script. And she ended up doing wind tears. I was like, no, she got the memo. And she's
She better
season
leave Jen
one
alone,
and
Murray alone.
crying
Murray
too. I was
crazy.
like, yes, yes, for the people of color tears. Yes, come with these tears.
You better leave Murray alone. Murray don't look like she wrapped too damn tight.
Yeah, Mary will pray. Mary will pray for you real good. She will pray it up out of the you, you know? DT says, yeah, she went over the top telling everyone she is black, but she's Tongan and Hawaiian. And that's where the people of color come in because those are people of color. So the BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color, is inclusive of like people who consider themselves of color, right? So,
But if DT would have never told me she was just tungent and whatever else he just said, we would have
uh-huh,
never known because all she ever say is I'm black.
right? Why doesn't she get specific? I wonder, DT. What do you think, DT? Why wouldn't she just say I'm Tongan and Hawaiian instead of say she didn't say that. You're right, Prosperity Thick Girl. She didn't say that.
Because she wants the black sympathy card. That's why she ain't gonna say it.
Well, a lot of biracials identify as black. Anyways, they say if you just have a speck of black in you, you're black. She
Right.
probably has. I mean, she'll
And
be
I'm tired
identified.
of that too. If you ain't gonna y'all struggle, stop talking about some you us. You not us.
Right.
We can't
Well,
get we don't get no free days. We don't get no days to be somebody else. We gotta be who we are
exactly.
every single day.
That's true. I've never seen the show. Don't even know these people y'all talking about. I'm not gonna. I don't know them.
And talk about a little Dave Chappelle since we're over in that water with regard to like, people should be able to feel how they want to feel about things without it being a problem too much.
Yeah, I was surprised Caitlyn Jenner came out. Did y'all see what he said?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said a lot of trans women started coming out on his side.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it last night, me and my friend, because everybody had been
Oh,
talking about it, and I hadn't seen it. And I see where you can start to get offended, but I mean, I also just it felt like he was tiptoeing right on the edge, but he
right.
wasn't actually being offensive,
No,
Hmm.
no, he
but he
was
he was just being real raw and open and not filtering himself, and people don't like that anymore.
right.
But
Exactly.
so
Comedians can't even be comedians anymore.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
that's so sad, right?
That's what I'm saying. And but see, I grew up in a culture of roasting. I come from a roasting family. Okay.
Thank you. We all do. We're black. That's what we do.
Yes.
That's pastime to us.
You know
That's
exactly.
fun. That's what we do.
So when
It
And
even
if y'all
doesn't.
don't understand that, stop trying to get on our bandwagon and just leave us alone
Hey,
but
and
listen
do
to
what
listen.
y'all do.
I say the same thing though. Like when people going in on Candace, I just feel like it's a roast. I don't know. But then I'm like, how do you argue and how do you crack jokes without ever being offensive? I don't get that. How
And
could you
why
be a
should some people have
comedian?
to sometimes? If you just got called every name in the book, but then it's your turn and you can't say nothing equivalent. But let's listen to what DT says. Let's listen to DT. DT, you guys should go follow DT over on IG because he posts some beautiful things over there about the culture and about Tongan culture, about Fijians and different island, Pacific Islander cultures and things and language and everything. It's fascinating. It's intriguing. I love it. I support it in every way. Anyway, so DT says, like I said, I'm the same culture as Jen, so I knew she was going over the top. I honestly don't know, and I honestly don't know, and I was absolutely annoyed when she was talking about her being Black, knowing she's Pacific.
Yeah, that was her way of trying to get the sympathy vote. Trying to relate, make us relate to her.
Interesting.
And it was too much.
Yeah. Well, and that was, I guess that's the same, that tug, DT, that feels like it could, it's like, why aren't you repping us? Like, we're here.
Right. You got a whole
You know
nother
what I
side that you show nothing about, that you don't even
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. And
How
like,
do you think that makes them feel?
right. And that's how Black people felt, though, hearing that Mary said she didn't want to get out the car around their ass at the liquor store.
Exactly. And she
And
drilled that home.
yeah,
She made sure to get that out there.
yeah. And she was like, I don't like getting out the store.
Murray said, you can't shame me with my own words, baby. I tell you for myself. Don't talk for me.
Yeah. So I think that it makes a person that is of that tribe feel a certain way when you feel like you're turning your back on your tribe. When we supported you, that's how you there. Squeeze me. You know what I mean? Anyway. So what else about that episode? Anything either of you? Prosperity Thick or 40 and Tottie Vision. Is there anything else for the Real Housewives of Pacific? So we talked about G. We talked about what Ashley said. What about Michael and his baby hands? Oh yeah, you want to talk at all about the cake when Karen jumped out of the cake? Was that like cute, or was it like so low budget they shouldn't have? Or was it like, oh, Prosperity Thick Girl dipped out? But so there was this scene.
I love Karen's youthfulness. I'm here for
Me
it.
too. Karen is like having some reverse ageism going on. She's like looking younger and younger every season. The little tweaks that she gets are really okay. The little tweaks that she's getting are really helping.
Yeah.
Well,
she did an interview about it. I don't know if you remember, but she said, Andy said, well, why have you been so loose? You've never been this loose version of yourself before. And she said, well, now her parents aren't there to see what she's doing, so it allows her to be more loose publicly.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder how she really grew up. You know what I mean? I wonder how she really grew up.
She seemed to have just been like, a little princess, like, don't do this, don't, just clean cut. I don't want to say clean cut, but you know how maybe it seemed like she might have been under a strict parental rule.
That is funny.
But so are we going to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Yeah, here comes Prosperity Thick Girl 40. Let's see if wait just a second. Here comes husband.
And that's why I don't like when Giselle keep trying to go in on Karen, because Karen knocks you down the pole every single time. She doesn't look her age. Y'all not that many years apart. Her body makes yours look sick. Like, come on, girl, stop trying to act like Karen is this old, washed up lady.
Relationships better. I mean, she's clearly jealous of Karen.
Black Lavender says Michael wanted to be with Juan. He wasn't interested in Ashley on that episode. Yeah, Juan and Michael have an obvious bromance that is it was cute, but now that we're convinced it might really be romantic, it's kind of cringeworthy. And I don't know which one would be Simon in this situation exactly, because how they met on the show and they were married to the other person on the show, and now what if they're like really, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. I'm not being rude. I was just honestly asking a question. And let's see. Black Lavender says more. Jen needs to spend more time with her son. Yeah, remember? That was kind of a sad scene in the back of their little house. That little strip of yard, all you got around you is mountains and shit. And I bet that rent is hella high. See, I like yard with my square.
Exactly.
I don't like just square footage. Don't give me 10,000 square feet on an 11,000 square foot lot. I don't like that. I would rather like 10,000 square feet on a 30,000 square foot lot, maybe. So
Exactly same
some
way. I would
room
rather
or
have a
something.
smaller house and a bigger yard.
You
Yes,
know
give
what
me something I can build on.
Yeah.
I mean? You
Plus,
know?
I don't like my neighbors all up on me. I don't need you to be all up on in my.
Exactly.
Like we talked about that when we did the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode where Kathy's new $53 million project, you can see all the other yards. All of the other yards can see me naked in my new $53 million house. All of
Yeah,
us.
that's crazy. That's crazy right there. Don't you want to pay for privacy?
Yeah, I thought so. I would think, but I guess I don't know.
Unless you're a peep show.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's how they can pay the mortgage. Maybe they're setting up OnlyFans that way. I don't know what's happening. Let's see. DT says at Black Lavender, definitely. Michaela Nosiforo to Quasimodo Darby wanted to do oil is wanted to oil his muscles like he did in the man in London. Ooh, Cartiers and all. What? He was rubbing a man in London with oil and he had Cartiers on? Oh, Michaela.
The way
Oh.
that Michael spoke about Juan compared to the way he speaks about Ashley is day and night and cringeworthy. Like, girl, you
Yeah.
you and Robin are in the same boat. You don't have
Exactly.
relationships.
Oh my gosh. They're in the same boat. Prosperity.
You
I
don't
hadn't
have relationships.
that. They are in the same boat. How kind of freaking sad. Oh.
Only difference is Ashley's got money and Robin's is getting the money from Ashley.
Oh. Yeah, I bet Juan is coming up if he is messing with Michael. Juan,
Told y'all that's how they got that down payment for their new house.
yeah.
That's Michael money. Cause
Uh,
I don't hear nothing in the news about Juan getting no new basketball gigs. He ain't got no big coach. He got a coaching job, but it ain't like it's paying that much. So where is all this coming from all of a sudden? And them hats ain't selling.
uh-huh. I thought her hats were selling out. It's her that was behind.
Child, please. Okay, but why she still ain't got no hats out there yet? I still ain't seen nobody new with a new hat on. I don't even you don't even see that on her Instagram page anymore.
Well, she said that, she's depressed and she hasn't been doing her hustle like she should. She's admitted.
Well, she was just on the reel the other day and she finally looked like she took a bath. So therefore she should be well rested.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that is a sign of depression, not wanting to wash your ass.
She
That's
said it's
definitely a sign
seasonal.
of
She said,
depression.
yeah, the other day on the reel, she said she knows it's seasonal. So I guess that season is over and she needs to get back to it.
Yeah, I have family members that have seasonal depression, and like every year by the end of October, like clockwork, they're either not feeling well or they just, every time you talk to them, it's an issue. There's always a problem. They just are like really super negative during that time, and there's no bringing them out of it. And then January 3rd, they're like, hey, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like a completely seasonal thing that where they're like missing their loved ones, other family members, or
About
whatever.
to say, well, I'm going through that one right now because my nephew anniversary was just Sunday, and my mama's is coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Your mom's and your
Yep.
nephews?
My mom and nephew passed weeks apart.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Well,
thank
I know
you.
that's thick. That is a thick time. I'm sending you cyber hugs, prosperity, thick girl.
Thank you.
OMG. So here, I'm
Y'all
gonna
want to hear
play.
something so funny? Y'all want to hear something funny?
Yeah, of course.
So I goes to my nephew's candlelight vigil, right?
Uh-huh.
And his cousin, we know we met each other or whatever. We know each other a little bit. She walked up to me and was like, "Yeah, where's your mother?" I'm like, "My mother's gone." She's like, "Oh my God, your mother passed." Y'all, she's boohoo crying. Cause I remember the last time when we were over here, your mom was so cool. Y'all, my mother has never been.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
oh my gosh.
She has never in her life met my mother. My best friend that who house we were over never met my mother. Never been over her house.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, but you can't tell her. I'm talking about y'all. She was crying big tears, but I can't cry with you because I don't know who you talking about,
That is
and I
too.
don't want to tell you that. I don't know. You didn't meet my mother, so I'm going trying to go along. My sister, I mean, my best friend's sister say, I was in my feelings because I'm like, how did she meet her mother? And I never met her mother. How does she know? I
Wow.
said, girl, I don't know who she was talking about. So you ain't in your feelings for no reason. So get out your feelings 'cause I don't know who this lady is talking about.
Oh
I
no.
thought that was the funniest ish ever in the world. I said, she is going real hard for somebody I don't know who the hell she talking about.
That is too much.
She just kept hugging me. Oh my, I'm so, girl, who are you talking about? I'm like, it's okay. She's in a better place. I don't know who you're talking about, though. That's not my mom.
That is too much. You had to just kind of go along with it
Right.
because yeah, what are you gonna say? That is very awkward. OMG. I don't know what I would have did, Prosperity.
Yeah, that was the, after it was over, that was the biggest laugh I had in a long time. Still trying to figure out who mother is she talking about? Who mother was over here the last time? Because it wasn't my mom.
That's too much. Mm-mm. That's that is too much. And did you and of course like you never saw the person again, so you never
No,
like
this just happened Sunday.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Uh-uh.
All I could say was, thanks for the laugh. I needed that.
Oh no.
I ain't laughed like that in a long time.
I'm glad I could be there for you.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, is it right here? I think I almost got to the where is it? I had
Did
the
y'all know Andy's was on thin ice with Bravo?
I heard that, but I don't really believe it. Not
It was an article. It was somebody read. I forget who wrote it up, but somebody on YouTube had reported on it, and it was talking about the demands that Portia made if she would have came back. The real reason Portia not on RHOA no more. She had buzzwords she didn't want any of the ladies to use in
uh
the episode. She didn't want Simon to have to film, but so much. She didn't want him to have to do a confessional. She had all these demands like she was NBC Universal.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if I
The
can
treasure truck is a
see
service offered
I
to
can see her asking for more money,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I don't think Andy really has a problem, and I don't think that it was a Portia squabbling over like green M&Ms
I
in
mean, she still got
Jessica.
her own spinoff. So,
That was already in the works before the y'all remember that was already in the work before they was even about to take for the RHOA.
right, but I'm just saying with the I mean, she done married a multi-million, $40 million man, and she's got her own spinoff. So she don't need the show. So she probably was like, well, this is the only way I would do it. I'm sure she don't really want to film with them girls no more.
Right.
So if you ain't gonna make it to where she want to do it, I wouldn't do it either. She got her own show and a lot of new money.
How Nene say she has her own 3 commercials.
Ooh, Nene been going through a lot too.
Yeah,
Child.
that's a lot. Okay, here, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to be able to watch the preview of I think my speaker's too loud. There, does that help? Yeah, I think that helped. Can you still hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Um, it kind of felt like feedback was happening on the laptop. I don't know. You know, I hear white noise which is like traffic lights, fluorescent tube lights. I walk in places, I'm like, oh, you have a great security system here. Because I can like hear the hum of it. You know what I mean? It's like, so I don't know if you guys could hear that thing that I'm hearing in here. Anyway, here is a screen share of Karen Huger, one of the dresses. I'm not sure which dress it is because I heard she's wearing here it is. I heard she's wearing
2 or 3 different dresses.
oh wait. Yeah, she's wearing 2 or 3 different dresses, they said. Why won't it let me share that? I might have to just you know what? They're not stopping nothing. They're not stopping nothing. You know, that's one thing about persistence, tenacity, all the things you need to get through life. It's all within you. It's just like Tetris. Did you guys ever used to play that game Tetris?
Yes.
Tetris, if you really look at that, it never gives you anything you can't not use. Never. You know what I mean?
It's just how fast you can move it around to get to where you need it.
Exactly. So with that being said, it's okay. This is not allowing me to play it on there. But luckily, I have my handy dandy phone right here where I can access said video. Oh, look at that. Huh, you're not stopping nothing. Huh? Anyway, okay. So while I'm getting this Karen housewife video up of her, one of her guests went to the wedding and
Assholes.
they went to the wedding and freaking wore the dress, took a picture of it. Thanks for tuning in. Took a picture of it, and so I have it here. And let's start that. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's see. On the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. In the pink back there, is that Wendy Suffolk sitting at the table? What else do you see in this video? This was taken from an Instagram post that Karen was tagged in. One of her guests uploaded this video, and so we're able to take a sneak peek at what we get on Real Housewives of Potomac this season. It looks like it's going to be shown. I'm pretty sure it's going to be shown. Hopefully, we'll get to see the whole thing on the show, and it won't be just pictures and still shots like the Cynthia Bailey super spreader event wedding on Real Housewives of Atlanta this season. Anyway, shout out to Karen and Ray Huger on Black excellence and Black love and keeping it together. Congratulations. Leave a comment down below.
I wonder who that is.
Do you like this dress? Do you like this venue? Do you think vow renewals after being married for 25 years is a good thing? Or do you think it's going to be the reality show curse? Usually vow renewals on reality shows that end in divorce. But you ain't heard that. Let's see. I think the dress is beautiful. If that's the way.
I wouldn't expect anything less from the grand dame.
Yeah, she's looking ever so lovely. And you see everybody is there in the pink. That was Wendy Osefo. And Candace and Giselle and Ashley was right there. So they got good seating. And you saw that venue where she was having it. It was kind of like that same style that act in. One of her it was kind of that same style. And so we're able to take a sneak peek. Season. It looks like it's going to be shown. I'm pretty sure it's going to be shown. Hopefully we'll get to see the whole thing on the show, and it won't be just pictures and still shots like it's Cynthia Bailey. Look, she gave him a look back. On Real Housewives. Karen. Shout out to Karen and Ray Huger on Black Excellence and Black.
And they gonna show her wedding anyway because they're not gonna do her like they did Cynthia because Cynthia's wasn't even supposed to be for the show, but hers is actually a part of the show.
Yeah,
so
like
we'll
that.
see way more than we
But
did of
Cynthia had
Cynthia.
already gotten hers too. I mean, how many does Cynthia deserve? You know what I mean? Let's see.
Right.
He says, I mean, Portia knew that they were going to use her as a storyline for season 14, like how they wanted to use Nene. Yup, for season 13.
Hell yeah, they was gonna use her.
That's
And
fake.
all the
They
time.
was planning the whole season around that. They
Oh, that's a pretty dress. Isn't it beautiful? It was so elegant and sexy and classy and chic, and her hair went perfectly with it. She looked like the freaking 1940s pinup goddess. You know what I'm saying? So give it up to the Grand Dame. Ray better have his blue pills.
And that's why she should have got more money because the moment that them headlines came out about Simon and Portia,
Yeah.
the RHOA was ready, and they just knew that this was going to be their season to come back. So they should have gave her more money if she was asking for it because she would have deserved it. If you want to use my story as your headline, yeah, you're going to pay me for it.
Yes, pay me extra because I know Kenya's going to be extra messy with my shit.
Right.
Kenya was like, oh, I know Kenya was salivating. Now she's floundering. And the poor thing got kicked off the show and was crying on the way home. Now, I did hear that Andy Cohen got Kenya kicked off of the freaking.
He probably did. I wouldn't be
Dancing with the Stars because the freaking Housewives of Atlanta had started. The Housewives of Atlanta had started filming already, and because they started filming and she was on the show, and Dancing with the Stars wouldn't let the show film her or something about filming happened where it wasn't going to be part of the show, but she was doing it. So they were getting good votes supposedly. The twirlers came
she wasn't
out.
Gonna win anyway.
She wasn't going to win, but she might have got another. But they said, yeah, Andy got her sent home, so that's why she was crying on the plane like that. I think she was crying on the plane like that because she was relieved she finally gets to take her sore ass home. I heard she had all kind of Baker's cysts and hip joints and one.
No, she lived what she was. Don't think that she didn't. She wanted to go home.
I think
she always wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars. I don't think she wanted to go home.
Did she want to be on there before or after Nene was on there?
Before. I don't know. She always said I know it's been a long time when she said she wanted to be on it. I don't know when she said it.
Well, and not everything revolves around Nene. I just didn't know if it was a correlation because, you know, Nene seems like wasn't she the first housewife to do it, or was she just the first Atlanta housewife to do it? I don't even know.
I have no idea. I never watched the show. I didn't watch the show this season.
You don't like dancing shows, Prosperity Thick Girl? Do you like singing shows?
I used to, not no more.
The Masked Singer,
so
that kind of fascinates me. The Masked Singer, hey husband. The Masked Singer kind of fascinates me.
Yeah, I kept forgetting that it's on. I don't.
Me too. That's the thing about it. Hey, Tottie, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh, excellent. Let's look at what DT says. DT says, yeah, don't forget Cynthia's wedding was a super spreader wedding with 450, and some of them got COVID from the wedding too. They certainly did.
They were stupid for going. I'm not going no goddamn way in COVID.
I know.
Just because she sent you an invitation don't mean you had to go.
Right? And that's what Nene knew, especially caring for her sick Greg. So her not going to the wedding is not comparable to Cynthia not showing up for, you know, certain parts of what people usually would consider a so-called used to be good friend to show up for it as far as part of the mourning grieving process. But everybody does things the way they need to.
I'm about to say, but they like they were friends last week. They ain't been friends for a minute, so.
See, I have a different perspective on that. Me and my friend, we had a college friend, and she was so grimy, but her sister was shot and killed. And since we all lived in the same city, I just, and to help out her, whatever. Even though we had.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear
Prosperity?
you. I can hear both of y'all.
Okay. Yeah, even though we hadn't talked in years, I still went to help out with the funeral preparation and the funeral itself. And but my friend said the same thing. She was like, I haven't talked to her in years. I'm not going to, she didn't go to the funeral or nothing. But I just it is I don't really remember how bad their falling out was, but I was surprised that Cynthia was not there. And Nene should not be prioritizing how much those flowers cost, but the fact that they did just send the same bouquet of flowers, it is like fuck you. I mean, I was
Yeah.
surprised to hear that.
Yeah. It
But she did.
was.
They sent, but other ones did send more. But my thing is, just be grateful. You girl, go mourn. Who
Yeah,
cares? They sent it though, but half of them people didn't even like you. You and Kenya were enemies. I'm talking about enemies, and
yeah.
she still came. You heard about the ones that did come. How
But
about that?
When Kenya's dog died, well, I guess Nene just gave her condolences. I don't think she just showed up. But I think she was asked about it in an interview, and I'm not really a big Nene fan, but I
Yeah,
think
she was asked, but she wasn't asked to go in the depth that she did though, Tati.
I think they just asked, were they there for you? Have you heard from them? You
Yeah,
know,
she was asked the question and she did go give extra on her answer.
Yes,
yeah.
she
And
did.
the extra that she gave, she cannot have an over the top reaction to extra being given back because you gave extra. You expected something, you gave extra. So there's extra to be had. You know what I'm
No, because
saying?
when I do something, I do it because I wanted to do it. I don't do it because I wanted something to come back to me when it was my turn.
Well, but if it does happen,
And I'm
then
still not gonna trip. I did it because that's what I wanted to do at that time. So what you do for me is what you wanted to do for me.
yeah, I don't know why Nene did what she did, and I don't know why the other one did what she did, but I know that for Nene to mention it and then have
She was in her
people
feelings,
have
like
a
she said.
reaction about her mentioning it.
But it's
Had she
not.
not mentioned it, nobody would have a reaction, is my point.
Right. They would be all under the rug. Nobody would know.
Yes. So that's my
But
main
Claudia still need to shut up. She still should have just shut her damn mouth and ate her food and mind her business. You don't even have a good relationship with this lady. Period. Why are you speaking on this? It had
Yeah,
nothing to do with you. I
Yeah,
right,
understand that's your job. You could have gave your little opinion, but to go all the way you did, you didn't have to do all that.
right,
it
right.
does
She
make
did too
me
much.
question. Does it not like represent the amount of love and respect had for Greg? I mean, I guess I'm
You
just
mean
at
the cost of the flowers has the
well
or the actions after over the cost of the flowers?
the fact that they just went in on flowers. I guess you just realized maybe they never had a real close relationship with him, but I just thought that Cynthia actually would have had a different reaction because her and Peter were actually close to them. And
Yeah,
Greg, if he was such a good person, which you've heard that he didn't die for people to say that. You've always heard that, like him and
right,
Nene are day and night,
right.
So I just would have expected a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, especially from Cynthia, not for Nene, but for Greg. And I think she made good points. Like to show up for Greg, then you say, "Let me buy him a watch to be buried in," or you know what I'm saying, or yeah, cater the event. Make if he had his favorite type of cake, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Buy that and serve it something.
But
You know,
also
I would have.
take it the way Greg would have took it too. Greg wouldn't have went to that. Greg would have been humble and yeah, they came or they
Yeah,
didn't
Greg
come.
was a very
Well, I'm
high
not talking.
road cut type of guy.
I just mean like if you had love for him and you had a genuine friendship with him, like in real life, when
Right,
he passes, nah, them flowers. See, them flowers will be dead in how many days? I mean, it's not
right.
me. It don't seem like a genuine gift. And if I have had friends who have lost people, and I don't even, talk to them no more. I don't know the person they lost, but I send better gifts than flowers, and I'm broke compared to them.
Well,
So
maybe that's why she brought it up now. Okay, let's rethink this. Maybe she brought
I'm
it up
still not
in
gonna
the
see it.
respect that she said, because the question was something like, how was the response or what have they done for you? And she's like, oh, they sent a collective $200 bouquet of flowers.
And
You
she
know,
said
And I
that because she
haven't
was
gotten
in her feelings
anything.
about them, Senator.
Well,
She
well,
said
wait.
that.
Then she went on to say that she hadn't really gotten anything else from anybody, but Marlo made sure to call every day and sent.
Candy sent her a big old bouquet, and she said Candy sent her a big old bouquet after that, and Marlo gave her money. And those were the other two besides Cynthia that she was close with before he passed.
I,
Right.
that's just a tacky gift. I'm just gonna be honest. I hate to say it because I see what y'all saying. That is a tacky and a cheap and a careless. You don't put no love, no thought, no effort into
Yeah.
that gift, and she knows it, and she knows what they can afford, what they're capable of. I
And she
I
was
I
known for
wouldn't
giving
give you.
great gifts.
Yeah, I would not give you no bouquet of flowers if someone close, if your husband passed. I would never do
Right.
that.
Right.
Now, I
You
remember
wouldn't give her a bouquet of flowers.
I would not. That I
No.
don't understand. Now, I have bought flowers for a funeral, like flowers for decoration for the funeral, to show
Yeah.
respect.
So what was
But
they supposed to give her then?
you bought when my mom died, someone I barely knew bought me a book on grief.
Oh, let's
You
see.
see what I'm
They
saying?
bought the what?
Depending on who you are, I had a friend and we was younger, and one of her closest friends was killed by a guy she was dating, and I bought her a gift basket, and it had liquor and weed and cigarillos and a little bowling table, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
But flowers, that's an easy cop out. You make a phone call, hey, I want you to
She
do this.
liked the flowers that Candy sent her. She said they was beautiful. She loved them.
Of
That's
course,
what she liked.
flowers are a tacky gift for someone who just lost the love of their life, especially when the love of their
Yeah,
life
I think, and plus, I
is
think
some.
it
I
might have
think
been
that's what
that
people send when
she
they lose
feels
people. Most
like
people send
after
flowers.
all,
I don't know too many people that don't send flowers when someone dies. I don't know them people.
I've
but
never,
Greg
I've
really
never
was a really awesome kind of dude. From everybody said so. Everybody said,
Yeah,
even
but Greg is
without
gone.
whatever
They
Nene was
can't send
doing.
Greg anything. They sent
Yes,
it to
right.
Nene, the
So
person
for
that they weren't
them
that close
to
to.
collectively
Ooh.
respect his memory with a $200 collective representation of what he meant to them and
Flat.
not reach out further. I don't even think it's the $200 because she followed it up with they didn't reach out after that. Nobody else really reached out after
She
that
said Candy
except
did
for
reach out
Marlo.
after that, and Marlo still reached out after
I
that.
thought she only said
No one else is
that
close to
Marlo.
her. Who else is going to keep reaching out? They're not
Well, who
close.
knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who
But
knows?
that just comes down to who you are. And I think we had that conversation the last time. I'm the type of person, it don't matter that I haven't talked to you. When I find out that you went through
Yeah,
something,
there's
especially,
tragedy.
yeah,
So
especially if
Kenya was supposed to call her after that. Kenya was supposed to keep calling. Her and
Well,
Kenya
let's
didn't
look
even
at
like
the
each other for
you
years.
don't keep calling, but you don't have to keep calling. But yeah, you can reach. I don't even have to be a phone call. It can be a letter or a card and something to help someone, get through that grief. And this is just, to me, it's a
No,
representation.
no.
It's a representation of their relationship with him, because I really did have the impression that everybody was cool with Greg and loved Greg. And you have to think
Greg.
about these men who we thought were friends with him.
Girl, I did the most when I came to the repast, and me and you were, and I did my part. That's how we're not friends.
Hello?
I love Greg. Greg was the person that I
Hello?
cared about.
Toddy?
So therefore, that's who I'm coming. I'm coming to
Prosperity?
put him to rest.
Hello? Anybody there?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You can't hear us?
Oh, no, it went out for a minute. I don't know what happened. I have all my
They
bars.
can hear each other.
So it's
Oh, that's
it's
Excelente.
obviously they must feel the same way because there's so many of them. And like I said, when I went to that girl's funeral to help her bury her sister, um,
Uh-huh.
I was the only friend there, which was so surprising. You know, but I was raised to just show up in those incidents, in those moments.
Yeah.
And
I was too, but everybody's not like us. Like my friend, her father died. Her friend was Saturday. She didn't have to ask me to sing. I volunteered because that's what you do. We don't hang out like we did when we were in junior high and high school,
exactly
but
what.
that's what I do.
Mhm.
If I can give you a moment to take it off your mind with a song, that's what I'm going to give you. People always ask me why you don't charge for funerals. Who charge for funerals? That's the point when you're giving back to the family for to try to help them heal. That's why I do funerals. I don't do funerals because it's costly. No, that's not why I do. But everybody's not made like us.
All I'm saying is flowers are the most thoughtless gift you can get someone. Flowers are just what it's so effortless to get them, whether you pick them up from Kroger or you make a phone call to order them. So I understand, even if we feel like she shouldn't have said it, even if I was her and I just got that gift, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you got the right to feel a type of way, but then you go out and blast them for it. But they
But
were thinking about you. They at least you were on their mind.
that's who
Look,
she.
and DT agrees. DT says, yeah, I agree with you, Tottie Vision. You don't buy flowers. We would usually go get shopping along with the flowers and a gift basket in a
The
car,
car comes with flowers.
you know?
Flowers die.
DT
Flowers.
also says, I got mad when colorist Corn Toes Webfoot Fraudia Jordan.
No, y'all have to see the picture he used.
I saw it. It was horrendous. It was it looked disturbing. It was like that tropophobic thing. It was very
I
disturbing.
just saw it before I clicked onto this video. I was dying.
Fraud speaking, nobody asked her opinion on Nene. She should be asking. Oh, wait, she should be asking us why.
And she just had to let us know that she called her. I mean, she gave her condolences.
Oh, yeah,
Nobody
she should be
cares.
asking why she called her ex-boyfriend a gorilla in that comedy show. She did do that. Colorist Claudia Jordan. Those toes were like, ooh,
Yeah, them toes look
Was
like
she
they
a
hurt.
ballerina? If she was a ballerina, then that's okay. But if she wasn't a ballerina, then that's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
She like that. She was worse than the girl from Boomerang when Eddie Murphy flipped them
Yeah.
covers
Oh my
back.
gosh, I totally remember that movie. That was just one corn. She had like 3 corns on one toe.
Exactly, on
I
each
was like,
toe.
no way. That had to be. I was like, is that CGI?
I've never seen a corn that long in my life.
Oh my gosh. DT also said, I heard Kenya only came for a photo op at the Lanithia. That must be when Greg's memory thing was. That's what she looked like in the pictures, honestly. Those pictures that they had of all
Well, I
of them
came.
there,
If
they
I
just
get,
looked
I
like they
came.
came to finally have a reason to get in the Lanithia and have access to Nene all at the same time.
I don't
So
think you want to have access to Nene. I really think they don't like each other in real life.
yeah, they don't, but there were cameras there.
That's
So
what I'm saying. She probably came for that, but I don't think she came to be around Nene.
yeah, so you and DT are on the same mind then because he thinks it's only a photo op too. Yeah, it wasn't about Nene or anything. So look, and oh, DT also said one more thing that I think Nene was the first Atlanta housewife. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I
Yeah,
don't
Nene was the one that got Kim and them on the show.
mm-hmm.
They went to her and asked her to find some people that she thought could be nice, that would be a nice fit for the show.
Oh, that's excellent. That's how they even got the very first show going was they had the one lady and they were like, so who are your friends? You
Yeah,
know?
that's Nene been said that in the interview.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, let's get to this Love and Marriage Huntsville because that was a lot of housewifing over there. Let's see if you guys have another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We can finish up this hour with Love and Marriage Huntsville because I was having the feels just about the freaking gaslighting that Martell puts Melody through on a regular basis.
No,
And
that's both of them. I can't just say it's him
I
no more. It's both of them.
Thank you so much. And I've been noticing public opinion has been realizing it lately, and I'm
yeah.
glad you know it.
I can't
Well,
hear
I
you,
don't
Tati. You
know.
breaking up, babe.
I feel like he starts it and she finishes it.
Now
I
he
don't
don't
feel
all.
like
That's the thing. He don't
she
always
ever.
start it though.
That's she
She
starts it.
knows what button to push as
But
well.
that can't. Nope.
Yes.
All that they show though is okay. Like when he was just
Mm-mm.
waiting at when they were just on this picnic. They were just on the picnic, and he
And then
tried
the
to
next
put the
thing she started it.
responsibility. He tried to put the responsibility of his image on her description to their kid,
But
not
that's
on his
true.
actions to their
I
family.
just want to say this. That is true. Now she's talking about one day they'll see it on the, but they haven't seen it yet, and you're telling them. Here's my thing, and I'm a single mother, and my child's father is not active in his life. I cannot trash his dad to him, because regardless of what his dad has done, that pain is going to go to my child. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Exactly.
going to hurt my child. I'm not hurting my child on your behalf, because I still have to deal with it and help him heal from it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when you hurt your child, you hurt yourself. But she's so bitter, she don't care. You know what I'm
I
Exactly.
don't know that it's a
saying?
bitter thing
That's what it
because
is.
it's
She's bitter,
also her
heartbroken.
creative outlet. So it's part of her healing. Songs and
You
being
don't,
creative and doing your art.
It's
but
both of them. They
you
Everybody
both
let your
has
share
their
kids,
equal
feeling in there.
blame
does
in
she
this
let her kids listen to
back
Cardi?
and forth.
She wouldn't have lyrics about it if he didn't do it, period.
Yeah, he
Period.
would. She wouldn't, but
Period.
she still should be able to be a grown woman when it's her kids. When it involves your kids, you do things that you never thought you would be able to do in
Right.
your life.
Does she watch?
That's
She don't
true.
let your
And I
kids hear.
feel,
She
well,
watch porn. She know how to keep things that she don't want them to know or hear about from them.
Exactly.
Not to. She don't care if they know.
yeah. So do either of you feel like the song that she put out is going to damage her kids?
It's gonna cause some heartbreak. I mean, it's gonna cause some problems. Of course, naturally.
But the thing is, at the end of the episode, we found out that it wasn't even Mel that did it. It was the mother that told her, "Oh, he just talk about your daddy. She just talk about your daddy."
hmm I wonder why Melody. But here's the thing: I feel like if Melody had never said anything, she would have said it. All them times he brought it up to her, if she wasn't doing it too, she would have said, "I've never done that."
Huh.
She has said that millions of times she didn't do the same thing to him.
No, she hasn't said that she wasn't.
Oh, didn't sing the song. Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
girl, you know they singing that song around the
yeah.
house.
Well, that's true because she probably was practicing it around the house and mommy's new song. But honest, I still just keep going back because she wouldn't have lyrics. He wouldn't have nothing to be butthurt about if his butt had stayed within what he
Well,
was
I mean,
handling.
But when
so
do you get over it? When do you start to
everybody
heal
does,
yourself? When do you start
But
to let your children heal?
because you got
and
to
that
think about all the things you go through in life. Your kids get on your nerves too. You should I make a song about my kids? Put their business.
Yes, she should. She should make a song about her kids specifically so that people say, well, at least she made a song about her kids too, because she gets to have the outlet that she
A
needs to
song
have
about her kids
for
getting on
her
her nerves?
personal healing. If we're going to let
We taking it
him
too far.
having an entire side chick with a baby be okay, we're all over it, then he's going to have to be all over the song that she sings about it. It goes both ways.
No, I'm talking about the kid one. She should make a song about her kids getting on her nerves, huh?
Oh, the kid, it could be a funny song. It could be like a cheeky song, like,
Not.
my
It wasn't a
kids, when
funny
they
song.
come in, they
See, you
bust in the
No.
door without knocking. And
when you
then when
have
I
a
yell,
when you have a relationship or a marriage and then you have children, you just don't get to be that selfish. And
At all.
when he makes those statements and he says, even when they were together, they argued in front of the kids. He would tell, do y'all remember when he said that? I would tell you to keep your voice down and you wouldn't do it. You can't
Mm-hmm.
do that. You don't put your kids in all of your business. You don't put that burden and that heartbreak on them. Yes, I'm
Because you
sorry,
decided to stay
but you go through your heartbreak as a grown woman by
by
yourself,
yourself
not
yeah,
with them
or
kids.
with your friends, but not
yeah,
with your kids.
It's selfish and it's tacky, and she wants to blame him. But when you start including them in all of your business like that, it's not just his fault, it's your fault too.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
business.
You
Well,
stayed with him years after
she's
you knew about
responsible
that
for
other
singing the
woman.
song.
And
You're correct. That's her
please,
fault.
For
Her
putting
fault
please know
is
that
singing
I
the
don't like
song.
Martell or
His
nothing that
fault
he did.
is giving her lyrics to do it.
it's well, it's
So,
not just about the song, and you know what I'm saying. It's about parents. Keep your business to yourself. All of your problems are not to be your kids' problem.
Because your kids are going to get teased at school. You got to think about all that kind of stuff. Your mother
well,
said your daddy did this. You got to think about all that when you out here and you a parent and you want to do what you big and bad enough to do. You still got to think about how is it going to affect my kids at the end of the day.
Because truthfully, the average person, I'm gonna tell you this about myself, and you can see it in Destiny. I would have handled my situation like Destiny. I'm not putting all my business out on TV because of the kids. It's
mhm.
every
Hmm.
step of the way. She really would. And I know it's a TV show, but ain't no way in hell I'll be putting all of this stuff out there in front of the world. And now you so desperate to prove your side of the story repeatedly. I just would have never even put it all out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, and Martell wrong as hell. You cheated on your wife. You deserve whatever comes with it. I don't. I don't like him. I'm not taking up for him. But what I'm saying is, it's just not a one-sided thing. He don't just gaslight her. She gaslights him as well. That's why she always call him Martell Holt. Melanie does things to go low and low and low, just like Martell does. Like when they, how do you feel like it's okay for y'all to be fussing at every event somebody has?
That's what I
Leave it.
when they were.
And I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like after being cheated on, and after the side baby, and after the
So you ruin everybody's life.
It's not a hold on thing. It's also she can do whatever she can act however she feels like acting with this man, because he already set the precedent that they can both treat him however they want.
So y'all two get to ruin everybody's all of a sudden special moment.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. My thing is they were in Vegas. Everybody's kicking it. She pulls him to the side.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, pull him to the side for some bullshit. What the fuck?
Exactly. You don't get to ruin everybody.
Now we have to worry about his reaction. And you should pull him to the side to talk about what he said on live, and while everybody's at a kickback. Now everybody's wherever they were, and y'all chilling. And she's like, well, you know, he's around
every time. You don't get to ruin everybody's good time because you can't.
This is around
you can't have a good time.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that, because I don't remember her being
she pulled him to the side
initiator of conversation.
The four-wheeler. She pulled him to the side.
Both do
after they got out the four-wheelers.
Yes, she said, I just wanted to talk to you about the comments you made on the internet.
Yeah, she should have left it alone.
Why would you do that right here? She started the argument.
The producers tell her to. They're like,
no, she's a producer as well. She makes decisions as well. So she didn't have to do it like that. Every time. No, she don't.
Let me make.
I'm never gonna see that part.
So in that moment, she knew what she was doing. She's been married to him for how long? She knew what she was doing. She started an argument, and then she blames him for his reaction. And then we go to, where was this last event? I forgot where they were at. They're sitting there, they're chilling. She was like, Martell, I can tell he feels some type of way because it's
exactly. She could have left that out.
Yeah, what? Because it's close to our anniversary. What are you? She's nitpicking, and then making.
And then when he reacts, she plays victim. Like she didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand why he's acting this way. All I said was,
I totally remember Martell doing a whole lot of stuff in between all of that too.
But it's
I guess it would just come down to what came first, the chicken or the egg.
But what we're saying is you don't get to ruin everything for everyone else.
Exactly.
Is another person's egg, because
but you still don't get to put your rotten eggs out there when somebody invites you to something. They spent their money on this. You don't get to ruin everybody's occasion, because stay home if you feel like you can't be around him.
Exactly. That's what they stand on the
show. She said she would have, but then Tisha put fast one on her and didn't even tell her Martell was going to be there. She didn't even know.
Okay, and what about the second one? And what about this last episode?
And why should she have to be the one to turn around? Why can't he just be a gentleman and shut the fuck up?
Because she know he not. He has never been a gentleman to her. So why would he start now?
So why should she have to be the one to leave the group? I would be the.
Okay, but also this last event. Why did she come to the last event? She didn't
because they're both.
You don't have to put yourself in situations that you know is going to get.
They have to. They have to.
They don't have to.
Their claim to the game.
She didn't have to say what she said, even if she went.
It don't to me, I don't feel like she don't need to come, but she is looking for the opportunity to argue with him.
Exactly. She does have to come as one of the.
If she has to come, you still didn't have to say, well, I think it's because of our anniversary that he feels some type of way. She could have kept that to herself.
Even now that she's not his wife, she has to put herself in these types of situations.
And she could have kept her mouth closed. She did not have to say anything about him feeling bad about their anniversary. She didn't have to say that.
The issue
she did it because she wanted to get a rise out of him.
She can go anywhere she wants to. The issue is that when she does go, she can't leave Martell
alone.
And if she keeps
why couldn't he? Why couldn't he control his reaction?
Because everybody know Martell is not mature enough to do that.
So why can't everybody? So on the same token,
why is it that when we talk about Melody, we talk about
exactly. On the same token, why can't Melody just have that? You know what I'm saying? So
because it's somebody else's occasion and somebody else spent their money to have fun and do this and do that. They did not pay to have the Martell and Melody shit show every time they get together.
But she said straight out that she would have reconsidered coming had she known ahead of time. his ass was going to be there. What'd you say, Toddy?
That's the first time. The second time
What I was
what
saying
was the
is,
reason the second
what
time?
is it that is different about Melody to where we're saying that someone needs to control their reaction to her instead
That's what
of
I'm
her just
saying.
not starting it in the first place?
Yeah.
I don't get the difference with
Exactly.
her. I understand
She
that she went
started
through
it,
a
so you
heartbreak,
finished it. And she
but
know Martell is not mature enough to sit there and not say nothing.
and
She knows this.
she's not either. That's why she keeps starting it. But
Thank you.
but that's my only thing. I get that she went through a heartbreak. But
Thank you.
just because you are hurting don't mean you get to bulldoze everybody else. Look at how she's also treating Destiny. You know,
Exactly.
brought Tiffany
Yeah,
into
now that I
she's
don't
not,
agree
it's
with.
not, I feel like when
That is
people
a
look
totally
at,
different thing that
no,
I
it's
don't
not.
agree
It's
with.
not. When people look at Martell, you say, oh, she should do it to him because, you know, he's done wrong before. But it really looks like this is a part of her personality. You know what I'm saying? It looked like she just kind of don't
Playful.
have that much of a decency when it comes to handling people.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that, and I can accept that as an observation, a viable observation for Melody, and specifically only about Martell and Melody Holt's relationship to me as a person coming from a married point of view, as a person coming from a long-term relationship with children involved.
I have that too. 13 years.
Honestly, after, for me personally, honestly, after you cheat on me and have a baby, even after we were supposed to be making up and moving on and having this show and having the empire, and you still fucked around and had a baby with that bitch. And then that bitch goes on these freaking IG rants. So now we got to deal with it. And then you're going to get out here and start talking trash about me every fucking
In
chance you get.
response. That's my
And
only
I'm gonna go and make a fucking song about it because remember I used to sing When I Met Your Ass anyway, by the way, and
That's
this is
not singing.
great lyrics. And so
That's not singing.
she has a right to me.
That's nose breathing. That's not
Here's
singing.
my thing. It's not that she doesn't have a right to do whatever, but is what she
Think
doing?
about your kids.
Yeah, is what you're doing necessarily the right thing to do?
Her children how to make lemons out of lemonade.
But here's the thing:
No, you switching them.
some people just actually don't, and I mean, she's proven. Some people just don't care. Like, you know, they will tell their kids everything. They'll cry in front of their kids, and you know them all kind of stuff. You know, tell your kids about every argument you have with your
To
man.
have the kids be on
Yeah,
their
you
side.
can't do that.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just not with that. I don't think
Right.
that's appropriate. And the
Me
kids
either, because I was with mine for 13 years, and believe me, to this day, I still don't say anything bad about their father in front of them.
Well, I
We
exactly.
get,
don't
I
think that
can,
her
I
song was
will.
even bad. I
That's
don't even think her song was bad. I
It's
don't
not
think
even just the song. I'm talking about period and period
I don't think
in
that it was that
anything.
bad for what she brought up on the side of the road because
It ain't that
Tiffany.
bad because they on TV, so it can't be that bad. They got the kids on TV. They on
Well,
TV. Everybody knows about it.
the
So the
thing
song
about
wasn't
the
that bad.
song.
But still, you still at every turn you have to think about your children in everything that you do.
She could. My
okay.
thing is,
Speaking
she
of
could.
that, let's put all of this over there. Let's give them a rest. The Holts are on vacation in our
Now
conversation.
the damn the
Let's shift
Scott
this in. Let's shift this entire situation over to Tisha and
and the
Marie.
Scots.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Let's shift it over to there. And now
Poor
what
little Tink
needs
Tink
who
needs
needs to do what
Tisha.
over here?
Poor
they
little Tink Tink Tisha needs to make sure that Marceau doesn't stop her growth from which she's about the woman that she's about to become. As long as she stays in Dr. Francis' office, she needs to not let him stop that. That's what she needs
but
to do.
here's
Yeah.
my thing with Tisha. The
She
Tisha is so
loves to
stupid that it's hard to really even be
feel
all
sorry
the
for her.
way against Marceau because she doesn't have what it takes to think for herself. So now I feel like this is why you with this man, because you have this doctor and he asks you, who are you as a person? And she didn't have nothing to
You
say.
can't even tell him.
That's not Marcel's fault right there, that you don't care enough.
Look, this all started with
And
the
then,
fish
but
called
listen,
Wanda
listen.
J. Blige.
Just
That's who
listen to what
started
he's
this
being
in her
fast,
and her
though.
grandmother. From the way that she saw how they were with men, that's where this started. This started
Yeah.
way back then.
But she
Not
but
But
being told
also,
she was loved. All of that plays a factor into who Tisha is today. That plays a factor into the reason that she fell for a Masu in the first place.
I
The
mean
reason
I
she got
love her.
married at 6 months
Yeah.
without even knowing this man.
Because
See,
she was preggers. She was
for
4
her,
months pregnant.
for
That's
her,
what I just said.
Yeah.
for her to have so much on her plate, so much responsibility, and not be able to know what she contributes, because a mother and a wife, you are so much. You're an accountant. You're a freaking
Thank you.
a assistant.
Chef,
There's so many different, yeah, so many things, and
goddamn bus driver,
she didn't know.
chauffeur.
The fact that you don't know, but Marceau knew, and she's a whole entrepreneur. Marceau knew, and he actually told her what she is, and it was like, but in that moment, it was just like, wow, she seemed like she need a man to tell her who she is. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm. It's
Well,
ridiculous. I
Yeah.
like the vow renewal. Why are you listening to Wide Hip number one and Wide Hip number two? They like to those surprise weddings. Why are you
yeah,
listening to them?
And that's
Your husband told you he did not want that. Why
that
would you
part,
keep going with it?
Prosperity.
Because dumb and dumb one and dumb two told you to. They
yeah.
renew vows at 11 months before their first year anniversary.
And
Why are you listening to these people?
everybody was looking at him like he was so wrong, and we probably would have too if
He told her he didn't want it.
we would have thought he was wrong too if we didn't see him tell her he didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, we might be getting a little misconstrued, information about Marcel. And ain't nobody came out to say they've been having sex. Either he really good at cheating or he ain't cheating.
Like he
No,
said,
they had
he
that.
did
They
tell us
paid that other
already.
lady. They paid that damn beautician lady because I don't care what nobody say. They got that lady on that screen, and that lady said whatever they pay her to say. I don't believe that he wasn't messing with nobody.
I
Well,
don't think
came
so.
out
I don't know. It
to him.
would have already been found out the same way we
Yeah.
found out about Ariane and Side Baby and
Well,
stuff.
we wouldn't have found out about her if it wasn't for Melody.
I'm
He
about to
already
say, but
told us though that if it's been hidden this long, that he deserves to have it stay hidden because he's so good at it.
Marcel ain't throwing it out there for no reason. Every time chance Marcel get, he's throwing it out there. Somebody doing something. I think that's why they don't want why him number two in their group because he's too honest for them. He can't hang with them because he'll let everything out.
Yeah, he can't be around Melody for too long either.
Oh yeah, but see, that was the first thing that made me raise my eyebrow about Melody. I don't know if y'all remember, but last season, Marcel was flirting with Melody. He was eating that up, and that felt weird. Do y'all remember that?
Yep, when he came to her new office when she was
Yeah.
putting
Came
that
to
thing
her
on
new
the
office.
window.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then you throwing so much salt to it Keisha way, but it just seemed like they was flirting with each other in that moment. And I feel like every chance he get to throw a jab at Martell, he throw a jab.
For Melody.
Yes. And it's so weird. He don't even have no room to be talking. It's something real weird there. And then you go and you give her a bottle, your wife don't know, and she don't say nothing to the wife. And if y'all not even really on speaking terms, why is he doing that? It's so much weird energy.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
It's almost like, well, I don't know. I think that she was more being polite.
No.
I don't think the Mel want Marcel. I think
I don't think, yeah, because I
it
don't
would be
think
the
that she was like
opposite way
actively
around.
flirting
I
with
thought
him.
he liked the
But I
attention.
think that she was sopping up the attention she got. She looked really beautiful that day, and you could totally tell she was feeling her she-ness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
So
felt
Yeah,
like
I
she
could
do
I could
want Marcel.
totally I could
Yeah.
feel being like, whistle that looking that hot and being like, oh, like, hey,
now.
like
He
I want
like
you to
I
step
feel
in
that
my
she
step a
liked.
little bit.
I feel
But
that
I
she
don't
liked
think
the
that she
attention.
didn't turn
However,
around to that fool and be like,
being
oh
flirty,
yeah,
I'm not gonna give
Marcel.
it a positive.
Oh yeah, baby. She wasn't all like that with him or nothing.
Okay,
But he was overtly like, he practically looked at Mel and said,
okay,
He
yeah.
I
he did
tear
one
that
of
ass
those,
up.
those girls when the guys go, they
Okay,
just,
so when somebody's who's in your social circle, when their husband grunts at you, are you flattered or because I'm more so disgusted?
no, that's
I don't want
disgusting.
to talk to
That's
you,
I'm
but
not
I'm still
disgusting.
mad.
but I'm also not gonna tell your wife with that don't want to listen to
Yeah,
nobody.
I'm not gonna tell your wife
I'm
either.
not gonna
I'm
tell
not
her either.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell your wife, but I'm not smiling and grinning either. I'm like, what the fuck? Who you think I am?
But
Because
when he does it on camera,
as
the
a
way
grown
G
woman,
did it
that
to
makes him
Karen.
feel like he can keep doing it.
But what about when he does it on camera, the way G did it to Karen?
That's even more
Even
of a
if
reason for
you
you.
have an open relationship, that's still kind of disrespectful to just be stepping to ladies at work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Marcel ain't innocent. You ain't gonna never make me believe that man ain't out here doing something with somebody.
I don't think he innocent, but it ain't nothing out there. Really, ain't nobody for me to
I
attack.
don't know if he got no kids or nothing, but I wouldn't buy. I ain't gonna say all that like he said with no proof. No, I ain't gonna never say all
Yeah,
that. But I ain't gonna think he no faithful man either.
uh-huh. Well,
If he
what did you
cheating, he cheating during work hours like he's supposed. But see, my thing is,
She said like he's supposed to.
I'm, you know what I'm saying. But my thing is, how
That's
are
why he was mad when Tisha came to his job that day. She might have saw something that she came just a little bit earlier.
That was hilarious. Yeah, you're right. He
because I'm
was like,
getting away with it. You got to be really sneaky with it.
Martell is, I mean, Marceau will, with to Tisha,
Tisha
that
don't.
he is because the things that he says and she think is just, I know, baby, they lying on you. No, she don't want to see it.
Mm.
right.
She has blinders on, and it's nobody that she will have to literally see it with her own two eyes. Even her mama be telling her she don't believe. She not gonna
But
believe
then,
it unless she sees it
but
with
that's
her
because
own
her
two
mama can't
eyes.
prove it. I mean, you can't believe your husband cheating if you can't prove it. Her mama
Yeah.
chased him down. She fathered him. She didn't see him doing nothing. At the end of the day, she can't do nothing if it ain't proven. She can't
That's
just.
what I'm saying. But she's not even trying to think that it could be possible. She's not even gonna look for it because she don't want it to be. If she ever find out that man cheating on her, they better watch her
Well,
because she
and
has gave that man her whole life.
see,
She
I wouldn't
everything that
do
she
all
has
that
is
either.
with him.
I'm not finna be going through phones and all of that either.
I'm not doing that either. But
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
gonna have
saying
to
is,
smell
if she
her
finds it, she's
or
going to be
something.
hurt.
I'm gonna have to something is gonna have to trigger me, and it ain't just gonna be like just a rumor,
Yeah,
But
you're not going to tell me. Mel not going to tell me nothing because you want me to feel like you. I understand all that
hmm
Right.
because you already divorced
and
and
it
you
was
already knew
like
your man was cheating. Da
that
da da.
irritated me too because it's like you trying to pull everybody down with you. She showed her them text messages. It wasn't nothing in the freaking DMs. Nothing. She knew that wasn't nothing to bring to people.
And also, Tisha thinks something because she showed the way she would talk about that when she slid in between that leg. Oh, you won't not today. You won't get
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Calm down. Everybody don't want my soul. My soul is not a looker. And like no.
That just it looks so. Yeah, she looked so
Yeah,
insecure.
she's very insecure.
Yes.
She is very insecure, and she doesn't feel like she is, even with the number of kids they have, the number of years they've been
She's secure
together,
with in her
the
position.
when he gives her attention or doesn't give her attention, she doesn't feel like she gets any reassurances about
I don't feel that way
her,
either.
where she stands with him.
I
You
don't
know what
think
I
she do
mean?
either.
Yeah.
But hold up, are y'all notice how all that talking she said about doing family trips and da da da? This nigga is in a whole nother country now and teaches at home.
No
But
way, I
see,
didn't know
my
that.
But you don't have time to give your family a trip.
I was finna say, I just felt like a little different. Like, who was she talking to? I can't even. Oh, she was talking to Kimmy, who I love Kimmy,
Yeah,
and Kimmy was like,
Kimmy does no wrong in my book.
yeah,
I love
he
Kimmy.
made some good points. Like,
Fan favorite.
I really think that Tisha could actually benefit from
From being
enjoying
friends with
those
Kim.
trips on your own. Enjoy that space and that time by
Thank you. You don't
yourself.
want to come? Don't
And then
come.
I don't did y'all pick up from that conversation that it seemed like this strain had been taking place for the past year? It seemed like both of them kind of agreed that this was something that occurred with this current project. So I was kind of feeling like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of felt like she was just having a hard time making it through this project. And I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
put that shit to the
No,
side.
I had the feeling like she been trying to get him to do these things for a long time and he ain't doing it.
Well, I don't think that he even
Because it's like
before
he picks
that,
up
I mean,
projects
just
so
think
he
about
won't have to do
how
it.
he's always treated her on the show. It didn't seem to start last year. I mean, they didn't come in
Right.
great. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're like,
It's
oh,
like he
really? We're
pick
going
up
through that?
Yeah, it's like he picks up projects so he can have an excuse
Yes,
not to do the things that she's
exactly.
asking him to do. It's like this not just starting just now, like this she just started asking him. It's like, no, I've been asking you this since before the show started, and I can't get what I've been asking you for.
And I think what he's been asking for most, even off screen, is probably for Wanda to stay the hell out of their presence. Like he's like,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want us to be happy,
Wanda is a
leave
whole
your
nother.
mom away from me. And
Wanda needs to stay out of
she just
everybody's
laughs.
business.
I could see her going, hey, hey, hey,
I
you're
gotta be
so
honest.
silly,
If
and
Wanda
bringing her
was my
mom right in
mother-in-law,
there.
I would be actively trying to stay away.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna.
would be
I'm not
that
trying to
person.
come home and your mama and you got a mama like Wanda and she there.
Hello.
Exactly. Wanda need to stay out of everybody's business. Wanda need to get some business. Wanda need to stay at the damn casino or somewhere.
And
She
T
needs to just
needs to
sit.
have some healthy distance.
Exactly. And that's my thing with Tisha. She has Marceau over here, and then she got her mama on the other side. She can't think for herself in no kind of damn way.
Right.
She got people pulling her in both directions, and she don't know who to stick with. So she like, I'm gonna pacify her, and I'm gonna pacify him at the same time.
Yeah, she need to figure out who she is. And if Marcel, my thing is sometimes things are a blessing in disguise. If he working so much, keep utilizing your mom and get some extra child care and start figuring out
Hmm.
who you are. Because
Thank you.
you putting too much on this man. And as we were saying before, sometimes men just are who they are. But who are you?
Thank you. That's what I just said. Don't let him talk you out of your therapy because you need this.
Yes.
Right.
This is what you need for you, not what you need for your relationship, not what you need to be a better mother,
Oh,
what you
look,
need to
DT is
be
back.
you.
It's okay, DT. Thanks for coming back. Sorry, everyone, having dinner with the family, but now I'm back. Awesome.
That's what
Yeah, we
Tisha
were just
needs to
talking
do.
about Tisha and Marceau over on Love and Marriage Huntsville and the dynamics of their relationship and how Tisha specifically needs to discover who she really is because she's torn between being the daughter for her mother and being the wife for her husband, and where is she, and that she should probably stick with this counseling that she has been involved in. I agree
So,
Because she
completely.
keep getting all these degrees, but what is she doing with the degrees?
Right.
so what about what's her name? What about
Tiffany,
no, what's her name? Dang, oh my God.
Destiny.
Destiny, yes. So I felt some type of way. I'm like, why does she always chime in when Melody and Martell's going back and forth? It's kind of weird. And I'm glad that his mama gonna say something because I don't know, something's weird.
Because Melanie is not no feather, ain't no feather, and she will not get blown over. She know how to stand her own ground
Yes, and Melody don't hold you down like that.
at all. Because she
I
showed was
just
on
feel
Tiffany's side.
I just feel like it's disrespectful if my friend and her man are arguing. If you want to talk to me about it afterwards, okay, but I'm not gonna be jumping in y'all argument, making things work. Like that make me feel weird. I don't know.
Whose side does she jump on?
She jumps on Melody's
Melanie,
side, but I feel like you shouldn't jump on anybody's side. Let them, because they're still a family. They're still co-parenting. Mind your business, especially when you're keeping all of your
a
divorce
business
business
to
private.
yourself.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I don't think
But that's
you don't jump in families' arguments either.
Yeah.
But that's another reason she does it because she's trying to keep. She don't want to have to tell none of her business. So
You
as long as I'm talking and I'm doing something on this show, I don't have to show what I'm really going through and what's really going on in my life.
see, you read my mind. I wasn't gonna say it, but I feel like it's something to be said about somebody who knows to protect their business and their family, but they willing to help you blast out yours.
Just like Tiffany, we don't know anything about them. This is about to be the season finale. We still don't know nothing about them, but she want to tell Tisha what Marceau said. She want to
Right.
start stuff with. She want to call Mel a baby mama. They so transparent, but we don't know nothing about them.
Hmm.
What definition do they have of transparent? Because I don't know anything.
But that's what messy people do. That's how Kenya do. That's how
And
Giselle and them do. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what Lisa Rinna does.
They stir the pot and keep their business to themselves.
exactly, and
Mm-hmm.
keep getting them checks.
Yep. And we come for it all the time. We come for the mess and we come for the message. That was on
I
Dr.
sure am because I can't wait for Portia's show to start. I'm sure gonna be, and that look like the messy Mexican messy boots thing
Yes.
train wreck that's
I'm
gonna be
looking
on
It look
forward to
TV,
messy.
that.
and I'm gonna watch
I'm
it.
looking forward to that. Um, I think that that's going to be a really good show. I hope she doesn't come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta because they'll just crucify her. I know that Ken will be waiting if they will
Oh, well,
just
she
drag
deserves it
her
like she
through the
You
did.
know,
mud about Simon. And I don't
Well,
think
she
I wouldn't
deserved it. She
be
did that. She
I
deserved it.
I
It
see.
ain't like she wasn't like she right.
I think I think that she was okay with it. I think that it has been proven that what Simon told was the truth.
Hello.
I think that it's one thing when people say, "Oh, we're separated and we're getting a divorce," and then they get back together. That's always possible, but they were separated and they got that divorce. She was actually messing with that man, even though she said she wasn't. It ain't no it ain't no way.
And he was
He knew,
messing with Portia.
knew you. He knew you
Yeah.
was messing with that man. He said she got
And he was
pregnant by him.
messing with Portia.
Yep.
They ain't wasn't together just no month and they got engaged. Ain't nobody gonna ever make me believe that.
Well, all I'm saying, I ain't gonna assume it because I ain't got proof. Now,
Right.
what I can say, what the proof is pointing towards her actually having an affair with that man,
And the proof of
and now she's
being
losing.
engaged with Portia, it was longer than that. The way he looked at Portia on that show when they came to his house, no, it was on both sides.
Well, he could have
And
possibly
never.
I mean, she was just bad. Portia was already bad, so I don't.
Yeah, Portia's like
Yeah, and
a.
he wanted it. They was already together. And it was both. It wasn't just one. It was both sides.
I don't know. I think maybe Portia was doing her thing, and maybe he might have been attracted to her,
At
but
the
didn't act on
And
it
they were
until
together
after
before
they
longer
got
than a month.
if he
divorced.
pursued her while he was separated, it don't matter.
Yeah, if the
When were
separation.
they separated though? How long were they? We don't even really know that timeline because he
Well,
found
they
and then
were
they got back
separated.
together and all of that. So we don't know what their timeline really was.
Well,
Well,
the thing about their separation,
obviously the timeline was what he said it was because
No,
he's
no.
still with Portia and the girl is
Yeah,
pregnant.
and they were still supposed to be working it out also half of that time when he
after
was with
she'd
Portia.
already cheated.
Yeah.
But we don't know if she cheated because he cheated. We don't know none of that.
It's already listen. He already said that she cheated with that man.
He said, but that don't mean that he didn't cheat
Ain't
before
no.
that.
You mean to tell me that you'll believe that she didn't cheat with that man and they just got
I
a
didn't
divorce?
say she didn't cheat with that man. I said we don't know what transpired before she what made her cheat either. He could have cheated before that. This nigga got 4 other wives. You
But
think he wasn't faithful? You
she,
don't just get he did not get it with Portia
did she
1
say
month.
that? Did she say that,
Yeah.
Large Curse? She said that Simon was cheating on her.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
She
She said
alleged
that
that
on her
too.
interview.
She alleged that, but it was never proven or anything.
Oh, I
Because
thought.
even
He
that
didn't
other
put him
girl,
out
I
there.
forget that girl, Jessica was her name. Even Jessica Rabbit came out, the girl that he bought Coke for that night when they all went out to the club and
But
he
he was
cried about
separated.
Fallon,
They were
and
already
then he bought
But they
her.
were still working it.
He
Working,
went
both of them
back
working
and
on
he
to
it.
was
me.
going to take her to
Working it out. I'm not.
he was going to take her to like Cancun with him. And
And they were still supposed to be together.
in the
Okay,
meantime,
I
he
remember.
reached out to Portia and Portia agreed to go to Cancun with
Okay,
him.
yeah, I remember
Exactly.
And
all of that.
that's why Jessica Rabbit blew up the spot because she was like, that bitch has my seat on the plane.
Okay, so
Exactly. Yeah. They both were.
are you
I believe it was both, and it
okay?
just
Wait a
happened
second.
the way it
Are you
happened.
stating that he cheated before Jessica Rabbit, though? Are you saying that Fallon said he
No,
for her?
no,
Okay,
he
because to
no.
me, what that means
She
is
did say that he was cheating before her. She said that
wait a
on the
minute.
Up and Adams
But
Before,
he didn't say
interview.
that.
before Jessica.
He
Yes,
didn't
she
say
said
that. He
that he
said
was
he
already
didn't,
cheating.
and even he didn't cheat with Jessica, and he didn't knock it with
See,
Portia
this is
immediately.
the thing right here, and this is where we're drawing the
Yeah, I
difference.
really believe that.
So I knew about the Jessica girl and Portia, but I know that they weren't divorced. But I know that they were separated when he was dating both of them.
Right,
So
exactly.
my thing is, if Fallon did not say that he cheated on her before separation,
He
before
said it in the Up and Adams
He lied
interview.
all through the Up and Adam interviews. She was just
And
lying
he
and
could,
I
lying.
so who's to say Simon wasn't lying? We can say
Yeah,
she was
but
lying, but we can't say that Simon was lying.
because
That sounds crazy to me.
all I know is to me, in the long run, his lies were proven by her pregnancy.
exactly.
Her lies
Okay,
are
so
still
they
So
both,
now
valid
and
wait
it
a second.
still
because
remains to
nobody
say
was
they
I'm
both
not
proven that
could
he
have been
hung up on
cheating
your word
on
now.
each other. And
yeah,
like
but
y'all just said, she was lying all in that interview. He could be lying
he
also.
offered $25,000 to anybody who could
He
come
did.
forward and say that they got some Simon Peen. In the
When that happened.
meantime, within the
He did it on
months that he was
Instagram Live.
married
It
to
was on
her
Instagram.
and didn't have to come out of pocket. He didn't have
Yeah,
to pay not one O.
He sure did. They put it on the shade room and everything. He was like,
I
I
ain't see
for
none
you
of that. Not
if you can prove
still
that
not
I'm
gonna
married.
make me believe that that girl didn't go after that girl. That they were
He offered
cheating when they were together.
This is the
$25,000
point. This is the point right
for an image or
happened
proof or
after they separated. It don't even matter. It
right.
don't matter that they thought about working it out. It don't matter that they went to therapy and counseling. If they had
How
stuck together,
don't it if they were still dealing with if they were still
because
together and trying to work it out?
because when you can be separated and stay, and then your partner say, let's try to go to counseling, and
But they
still
were
have
still in
one
the
foot out the
same
door,
house
but you
with
say,
one
I'm gonna go ahead
another.
and go to.
They were still living in the
It
same
don't
house with
matter.
one another.
If you
It does
know,
matter.
if
That
you
to me, we're supposed to be working on it. That does matter.
Okay, you're
That's
about
called
to hate me
cheating.
because that's exactly how Melody was feeling. Melody was feeling we working on this shit. You were supposed to be in this
We
together.
didn't say nothing
So
was wrong with
however
how
she
Melanie
got,
felt.
she
We
got
didn't say
after
nothing was
that.
wrong with how
said
Melanie
wrong with
felt.
that, we just talked about how she was handling it.
Right.
Yeah,
We
how
didn't
did
say she
she
was
handle
wrong
it?
for still working it out. We didn't say that part. And that's the same thing I'm saying about this part.
Yeah.
She can't have,
My
I
thing.
don't know.
Yeah.
I
My
don't
thing
know.
is this: the moment that she cheated on him, the likelihood of them making things work were slim to none.
It
That's
don't matter if it was slim or none. If you're gonna tell me we still gonna try to work on it, we're supposed to still be trying to work on it. Point blank, the end, and period.
but if you lying about it, how do you work on it? If you
Right.
admitting
And
it,
the
how is
same
it
thing I'm saying about him.
what
It
are you
goes
saying
both
about
ways.
him?
We can't just say one was lying if we don't know the other one wasn't lying.
Yeah,
But we know
we
she was
know she's
lying
lying.
because she pregnant now by exactly what Sonya
Okay,
said.
and you
It
still got
happened.
not to say that he wasn't sticking his penis somewhere that
But
he wasn't supposed
before
to.
all, I think it's quite fair to say that we would at least like some proof or some verification first. I'm not just going to assume it. I'm
I'm
not.
going by the timeline that was given, and I still don't believe that Portia and him got together 1 month and all this
Even if they got to
wedding bliss
that,
happened.
I wouldn't care. What I will say is people get married and whenever they want to, especially when they're up in age. They just ain't no time, ain't no reason to waste time. But I don't care if they got together when they were separated. As long as when that separation actually led to divorce, it wasn't the wrong move to make. If
Right,
he knew,
right.
as long
That's,
as
that's your opinion. That's my opinion. My opinion
yeah,
ain't gonna change.
that's my opinion. As long as you know, if I'm married and I get separated today, as long as I know I'm really leaving, I'm gonna probably go ahead and date, do whatever I want to, and I understand him being in his age group saying I'm not finna waste time. He don't have to
Yeah,
go
he
through.
don't waste time. This is fourth wife. He
Yeah,
damn sure don't
he
waste
don't.
no
But he
time.
don't have to go through a lengthy grieving process or nothing. He's so grown. Just move on. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Fallon, to me, everything she did was proven. Now, if things come open and we start seeing that he was doing dirt to it, is what it is. But everything that he said about her has been proven,
Proven.
and it ain't been proven about him. So
Correct. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. Anybody else on Love and Marriage Huntsville we didn't get to? Now, Tiffany, as Thick Girl 40 said, Tiffany and Smokey the Bear
That's the
are
same
have
thing I
not
told
been
him. Only
very.
you can prevent forest fire.
I didn't
Yeah,
understand, like
I
when
don't want them back.
the
I
death.
like him now because he does bring reason to the group.
yeah.
But
I know.
she can stay home. I can't deal with Tiffany
There's
dirty
something weird about her that I just don't resonate with at all.
Him
at
too.
all.
Him too. To me, he's not like a man's man. It was really weird watching
Yeah,
him.
It's like she's the man and he's the woman.
No,
yeah,
I mean I don't feel that way, but I do feel like he is very, I don't want to say feminine, but he's messy in his own way. Like just hang out with the dudes, mind your business. Like
Okay.
when I understand Martell was going ham, but he looked at Martell like Martell was his son. Like you just met him. Why he was looking at him? I don't know.
No,
he
Like
I
seems a
know him and
little
Martell been
camera
to each
ready.
other. They've been to each other.
He seems a little camera ready. Like he likes the camera a lot over
Yeah,
there.
both
So
of them do.
yeah, so he
and
tries to
going
look a
back to
certain
your
way for the
wife and telling
camera.
her about
Yeah,
Marcel business, he just as messy as her.
That was irritating to me. Like, dude, you don't. This is not what. I guarantee you, she ain't. You, I'm not telling my man everything me and my girlfriends talk about, and I damn sure don't want my man coming to tell me everything. That doesn't seem manly to me. No, I don't need to know everything. Some things that your friend tell you is for you because they can't tell nobody else.
And he
And
knew
if
she
I
was,
wanted her to find out, I would have told my wife.
he knew
yeah,
she
that was.
was
But
on.
I liked how he had his wife's back in that moment. But what he said was bullshit. Like it was just like he should have just been like, "Yeah, I understand, man." That's all he had to say was that he didn't even have
Yeah,
to say the man
if
was
you did,
right.
if
He
you
could
have,
have just shut it down with an "I understand."
that was weird. I don't like neither one of them. I don't like him or her. They both messy, and I'm just like, one thing that I always like about the men on these shows is the men don't tend to be as messy, and I feel
Except
like
for Martell.
Martell, right?
well, Martell don't actually do nothing in regards to the men, and if Marcel
Yes,
had,
he do. Every time he told us everybody needs to drink because everybody done cheated. Martell does. He is trying to do his
but
on the slick fly way.
that's because Marcel, instead of shutting his mouth when him and Melody was going through that shit, Marcel kept chiming in because he wanted to be on Melody Grace's good graces.
But that happened after
And
that. That happened at the dinner. That didn't happen at the table
I'm
when they
talking
were
about
playing that
last.
game.
I'm talking about where they beef started. You know, because Martell and Marcel got some beef. They
Yeah,
had
but beefing because Martell was telling the damn that he was cheating and he didn't
and
want him to tell it.
Martell told him about the girls he was cheating with because Marcel kept commenting on what Martell was doing. So Martell was like, "Why you every chance you get you throwing dirt on my name and you been out here cheating too?" That's where that came
Right.
from.
Oh,
And he do it
snap.
every chance he goddamn. You don't care what
He
they
go,
do. They talk about anything he got to do with cheating. He bringing it up.
That
but
is too
also
much.
I would do it too because every time somebody say something about what Martell did to Melody, what do Marcel do? Chime in. So I would do the
All
same
of them got
thing.
some feminines.
Well, we all agree that Kimmy is our favorite. She's a fan favorite this
Yeah,
season.
and I'm gonna need Marcus to stop, Maurice, whatever his name is, to stop playing with her so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna need him to shut the motherfuckers down about her being my side
Yeah,
chick.
keep
All that
ball
stuff.
my side chicken. I'm sitting here fighting everybody, and you just sitting here laughing. No, we're not gonna
Yeah.
do
He
that.
can't lie. He can't lie. His family already know.
He needs to freaking stop not telling her stuff and got her looking stupid in these streets. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah,
Stop playing with Kimmy.
right. She's definitely fan favorite. Um, I don't know that. I don't. Okay, so next week on Love and Marriage Huntsville, you see how all the moms are about to get
Yeah,
into
I'm
it.
ready for that. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I am ready. I
Yeah,
hope they
that's
kill
gonna be
Wanda
good.
ass. I hope they give her some words that she
Yes.
ain't never heard before. Cause I am so tired of her.
So
I'm
the
ready.
moms
When she
are
told Mel,
Marcel's
ain't nobody
mom.
gonna want you because you got 4 kids. Oh, I was like, oh, you done went too far. Now who are you talking
It's
to?
Martel's mom and
With that bad
Miss
wig she got on
Wanda.
her head.
And who's the other lady?
That's Mel's mother.
Okay, that's Melody's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're oh wow, yeah, that's gonna be real good. That's
And I didn't like when she said male kids are jealous of teacher kids because they got good hair. She do too much. Wanda does too much.
Yep. And I'm
uh,
glad you're gonna say something to her about it. And
And I yes,
I'm glad that Martell mama gonna say something to Destiny too. Because the way she be going in on him, it make me feel like I hope they just friends. Shit.
yeah, she does kind of swoop in like in a real intimate kind of way. I know that Destiny was Martell's friend first.
Right.
yeah, you wouldn't think it.
And
That's what I'm saying.
remained
Weird.
Destiny remained Melody's friend, which is a really interesting dynamic to
And then Melody's
then
not
be the
nice
one
about
also that
it.
inserts herself in between their stuff. Like that's
Yeah,
really
because when Tiffany stuff was going on, Mel did not have her back at all.
So it's weird. Like I'm like, what is maybe Destiny is trying to, snag a spot on the show and keep it that way and stay in Melody's good graces. But it's like, why are you doing all this on Melody behalf? It's weird. And the way
She
she
ain't
talked to
doing nothing on
Martell,
yours.
is not the way you talk to a friend. It's like the way you talk to a boyfriend. Like when they was talking at her store, the way she went off on him and stuff. I'm like, this. It's just a weird dynamic, and
it's very intimate.
it also makes me wonder if it has something to do with why Melody gives her the cold shoulder. Does she feel
Now,
like
not the way Melanie say in real life. Me and Destiny are real friends. We're gonna always be friends. What happened on the show was on the show, and we're
it don't?
girl, calm down.
Well, I guess we'll know something if Destiny and Martell end up together in the long run.
Well, I don't.
Child, I
Because
about to. She do
he
some
did
dumb
smooth
shit
his,
like that.
his
She deserves.
divorce
It's just a
exactly timed on the low as Martell, and now she be stepping in a rather intimate way. So we heard it. We speculated here
If
on
she
Larger
live with
Curves.
Martell, she deserves every bad thing that
I hope
happened
it
to
doesn't
her.
happen. It better not happen. I like Destiny a lot.
I like her too. She just gives me weird energy when it comes to their relationship.
Yeah.
It's
And I don't like how she don't share her own business.
yeah, it don't make sense. Nothing really adds up, and it's like y'all not real friends because she didn't even know y'all was getting a divorce. So that's I don't ain't nothing gonna ever make me believe they real friends. She don't know none of your business.
And she tried too hard to make us believe. I'm trying to tell you, after every show when her and Tiffany would get into it,
Hmm.
Destiny, I mean, Mel would go on the internet. Me and Destiny are still friends. We're always going to be friends. Girl, calm down. What's already
It
known don't
don't,
need to be told.
it don't seem
Hello.
either. It don't seem to be true. But and then also that goes back to what Martell keeps saying. You put everything on the internet. Leave it alone, girl. Leave it alone.
Yeah. They both have a
I'm
overshare.
about to say, Martell loved the internet too. Anytime somebody get on Martell, I'm not mad because I don't. He just irritating me. He do too much too,
I
and
But I
Mel do too
I
much
understand
follow
too.
what
him,
you're
but I don't
saying
never see
about
nothing. Looks like he don't.
shouldn't want to hurt her kids. I totally respect what you guys are saying on that and understand what you guys
Yeah.
are saying on that too.
Yeah, because you don't not when it comes to the kid. Like you tell like the little girl, I saw you at the hotel. What?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not cute.
What is
Yeah.
going on? Why would she even know that? Why did she? Why was you at the hotel with your damn daughter?
Yeah.
Right.
That's my thing. Like, oh, did you point out they were daddy? Like, what did you? Because that's not something normal. No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
Like
weird.
it's like they're trying to it's like this whole season was about them both getting footage for divorce court. You know what I mean? Like really messy, really kind of cringe
But
worthy.
hold on, did y'all see what her brother did on IG?
No, what happened?
Oh my God, he ripped Martell a whole new one.
When?
I'm gonna send
Recently?
y'all the links on IG. But this man put his because you know Martell keep telling me he don't want him around the brother and all that. He
Yeah.
say, you keep on saying you don't want him around me, and the only thing that I can think of is because I'm gay. That could be the only reason because guess what? I got this. I got my law degree. What do you have? You don't have this. I'm talking about he put up a
What's
chart,
her
y'all.
brother
He
say?
put up a Martell side and he put
What's
up his side.
but here's my thing with that situation. Because that okay, well, I'm not even gonna talk about it because I barely remember that. But I just remember the conversation being different. What was the conversation that Melody and Martell had on camera about the brother?
Yeah, because it basically the way it sounded like he was saying because her brother is gay. She was like, he said, because I don't want my kids being raised to think that's the way that
Yeah,
it
two
goes.
dads or
He
something.
I
said exactly that, and he sounded homophobic.
Yeah.
hmm.
Well, I think that he has a right to question that as a dad, to be like, I want them to see my version of normal. Every parent has the right to impact their child that way. He did sound what we would call homophobic. But what I find interesting about the phobics altogether is that people can say anything they want to about black people and nobody ever calls it black phobic. So I'm
No,
kind
that's
of
just called
like
racism.
adverse to the phobics altogether because it's basically what black people have to go through all the time. So why don't we can't put a special name on it and all of a sudden label this man for having a thought? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, so I'm
I
with
didn't
you, but
label him. I said that's what it sounded. You walk like a duck. That's what it sounded like. That's what everybody that I know. You just said also. He sounded like it was a problem because that man was gay. Point
yeah,
blank, the end and period. That's not putting it on him. He did that himself. He said it out his mouth.
he did. And
He-
so yeah, and people are gonna think what they think. I so he brought all that rain down on himself. But I was
But
looking
I'll
for
send y'all
the
the links because I got it on my IG.
yeah, I'm looking right now, and I was trying to go through her like maybe something she got tagged in, but I don't see it.
No,
yeah,
it's in my messages because me and B Stokes Styling was
Let's
watching it
see.
on her
Oh,
page.
how's your cups going, Thick Girl
Good. That's what I
40?
was sitting here doing now while I'm talking to y'all.
Oh, awesome. Which design are you making?
I was doing some glitter with the kids cups just now. I did some my for my nephew memorial. I had did a cup for my sister with all his different picture, baby pictures and big pictures, and
Oh,
I put
cool.
his name and the arrival date and departure date and forgot to take a picture. She got to send me a picture. I was so in a rush to get it to her. I forgot to take pictures of the daggone cup. So I wait for her to send me my pictures so I
Uh-huh.
can post them. Yeah, they going good. I did so. I got some cancer awareness ones too. I got some pink bottles. and put the cancer awareness stuff on them.
Uh-huh.
I did one. You know the girl Keisha Irvin on here?
On TikTok?
Color Me Pink.
On YouTube?
Color Me Pink on YouTube.
Color Me Pink. No. Let me see.
Yeah, she just found out that she has breast cancer.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and I've been watching her since she was the first person I watched on YouTube since 2013. I've been following her, and I made a cup for her. And
Color,
she don't have
what's
a
the
PO
name?
box yet.
The
She about to get a PO box so I can send it to her.
Color Me Pink.
You know what? I'm really surprised that Martell didn't hook up with Ariane. I really thought that was what was gonna happen.
I
I
didn't, because I
think
don't think he
that
wanted
he
the way he
could.
acted like she was just. He didn't act like she was his main. You know what I'm saying? Like a choice. He
Well,
was like,
5 years is a long time to cheat with
I
one.
know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the way that he speaks about her and don't want to talk about her and can't say he love her, like
Well,
what?
not
But
saying
then he also says things like, "Oh, the Holt name is gonna be married again. We gonna
Yeah,
be
but
married."
it's never anything romantic about her Pacific.
Yeah,
well, he really doesn't. To me, that almost seems like a respect thing. Don't talk about her on the. She going through. If she ain't on the
I
show,
don't
don't
see
talk about her on the show.
him giving nobody no being respectful for Mel because of all the things that he say out his mouth.
No, a respect thing for the for Ariane. They done had a baby now, so I wouldn't want her to be brought up on the show either.
He told the girl he wanted the paternity test on camera.
Right. But now the baby here. Now he
That's
knows.
the worst.
well, I don't think that. I thought for sure. Okay, what I did think is for sure that he would have found a way for Coleslaw to come on the show and get a little check or something for the baby, but that didn't happen because Melody is too
It's,
powerful, I believe.
it ain't sounding like he rolling in the dough no more. You would think he would
Oh,
be
I
trying to do
know.
all that he
Not
can.
I'm
close
sure.
to a
Yeah,
winner.
I'm sure he got a nice little check from this. Looked like he kept the house too.
Yeah, but remember Melanie was paying the bills because he couldn't afford to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was paying the
That
light bill because the kids had to go over there when he had his weeks.
Yeah, that's why I believe in proper documentation. You got to have your finances split up properly.
right.
Cause honey,
Hmm.
mm-mm.
And it sounds like
Like
Mel had her
Mary
ducks in a
Jane
row.
would
He just
say.
ain't have his ducks in a row because Mel ain't out here
Well,
crying up
remember
and down.
last season she emptied the bank account. Remember they had the argument. He was like, "Hey, we need to talk about all the money." He took all the money out the joint bank account. She took it all.
I took his shit too.
Like Erica would say, it's expensive to be me.
That's probably why she paid the electric bill because she took all them.
Yeah.
That's too much. You know what,
Because
ladies?
you heard him on that last episode when they were talking about, he was like, because I pay now. She was like, yeah, but remember the whole time, that whole year when you wasn't paying? They be going too deep for me. They be cutting to the white meat
They sure
sometimes.
do. They
Good
sure.
Lord.
Right? That is
Mm-mm.
true.
I don't ever want to hate nobody that I used to love that much.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
we don't care how far we embarrass each other on national TV. There should
That
be some
part.
cutoff at some
That's the
certain things.
that's
Because y'all
all.
did love each other.
Yeah.
And you still share kids together. So it should be some kind of camaraderie when it comes to that at least.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody can't do it though.
Yeah, I think that.
They just can't even just be in each other's space and just say hi and
Exactly.
bye. That's it. Just hi and bye. How you
Right.
doing? That's it.
Right. I don't understand it because, oh Lord, like I said, I was with somebody for 13 years, but I'm not going to be, I don't ever want to feel that way about nobody. That
Me.
don't even seem healthy to feel
But
that way about somebody.
and that's why I'm like, it looks like she's gonna get proposed to, and I'm like, you need to heal first, cause
I
you.
Right.
don't think, I think they said that was a fake scene or something they were saying when
Oh,
after that had aired. I
yeah,
hope it is because that's ridiculous.
yeah. I need her to heal because you
That
can.
would have me looking at you side eye too. Now, were you cheating on this man? Because
Uh-huh.
what?
But the thing, I will say this: when he said that about her spending the night at hotels, I don't like that. But I know that's part of a real busy person's life. But I don't like that. Bring your ass home.
Right.
But no, he said she was going to the hotel when they were mad at each other.
That's
Oh,
even
I
worse.
guess.
If
I
I
guess
get
that was.
into an argument and you leave and go spend the night somewhere, I don't like that. Don't do that.
But
Yeah. No, you keep your
probably,
ass
I
right
guess she
here.
probably did it because he would leave out and go to area. I don't know. Child, I don't want to
Your
be
ass
in
right
that.
here.
I want to go. I want to leave. Period. I'm not coming back.
Yeah,
You're not
that's what
gonna.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. If I
You're
don't
not gonna be
respect
kissing on me, and I don't know what you're doing with that. No, we're not gonna do none of that. That's where my head go. I'm sorry. No,
Right.
we can't do none of that. I'm not even intimate with you no more. I don't even want it. And then you're gonna say, he said I wasn't doing sucking this thing at the time, but now I started. Girl, but you still knew he was cheating, so you really gonna do that? That's when you gonna start doing it, when you know he's cheating?
that's
No, that's when you don't do it.
it is a piece of me that
You
feels
know it's community peen. That's when you're gonna start putting it in your mouth.
Thank you.
Really?
That's what
and
I'm saying.
I also want to say if you giving head under the conditions of being asked, it probably ain't good head.
Right.
Exactly.
You
Right.
That's angry head. I ain't
yeah,
got the time for
you
that. For
you like
that.
to do it. It probably wasn't good head. Don't nobody want to feel like they gotta like you
A job.
the heck. But I do wonder, like, if they're ever gonna talk about the details of the cheating, because I've always been the most curious of how the hell she put up with it for so long, finding out about it over and over again. How? God,
Yeah, because you left. Remember, she supposed to have left one time, and then they got back together. Like that's. I don't care
Yeah.
how much property we got together, how much intertwined our finances is. No, we gonna get a calculator and we gonna work this out because I ain't gonna keep coming back, and you ain't gonna keep doing the same thing to me. That I'm telling anybody, don't hurt my heart, because a heartache, that is the longest hurt in the world. I
Yeah.
don't like that. That shit hurt too bad for me.
Oh,
he must have thought his shit don't stink because he ain't even put no money to the side. If you
Thank
cheat,
you.
you should have
He
been
knew
putting
she
some
was
money to the
staying.
side. He
He didn't
thought
even go get. He didn't even go get his license. That's how good he thought he had
right.
it.
Oh, speaking of license, how do you feel about him trying to cock block on her money game with regards to building the house?
see, I
That's
didn't see,
Martell. I think that's what he's gonna do. I think I wasn't surprised. That's Martell. He's petty.
but that's
And
not
then you just
really
made up with Marsu, and you gonna tell him to come, but you don't want me to go.
but
I
that's
don't believe
not
him
what
when
he
he said I
said.
don't think she really wanted to do it. He knew that girl wanted to do it. When did Mel not want to make money?
Well, she did say she was gonna do it with that only if she talked to him first. But that's not actually what he said. When he was asked, would you like to work with her? He actually said, yeah, and that guy took the information back wrong.
Yeah, but that was the second time. But when it first went on, that's not what he said.
He told that man you should have came to me first out of respect for our friendship. And I understand that as a friend.
But we friends with both of y'all, so that still don't make sense to me because they were
Well,
friends with
But
both.
they're both cheating.
I like that he said that, and I like that Melody. Actually, she went there. She
Said that I would talk
sure
to
you're
him
going to
first.
have to talk to Martell about it. She
Yeah.
said that also.
But and
But
it was
I don't like how when he had the opportunity, he was like, "Oh, I don't think she'll be interested." But he didn't ever talk to her again.
Exactly.
You're not right.
Because he did
Oh, look
not
what
care
husband did
if
today.
she
Look what
wanted to do
husband.
it or not. He didn't care.
So he made these today. Look, can you see that?
Who made those?
Husband.
oh,
Okay.
So this is like a set. This is the
The
next
bracelet and the necklace, right?
one.
Yeah.
And
My
that's
daughter do
she
bracelets.
froze. Do you see that?
and then
We
oh
can
look,
see
I
it.
love this red set. Oh wait, the
My
camera.
daughter do bracelets as well.
Oh, and I love this green set. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, it froze for a second. That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one.
So we got to put some earrings to him. He get some earrings. That'd be a nice set.
Oh look, Daddy, you heard that? You need to get earrings on your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, his birthday was yesterday. He was like, he's been
Happy belated birthday.
good.
Oh,
Where is he? There he is. Say what's good.
Hello.
happy belated.
It's all for the mans too.
That's,
Okay.
are
I
those
don't
wood?
have one of those though.
Wood. Like wood. Yeah, and I get the tiger's eye for you if you like tiger's eye.
There he is.
Yeah, tiger's eye, all the ones, the bracelets.
Oh, Tanger's eye.
Yeah, get tiger's eye. The bracelets.
Right? Okay, that's enough of that. Okay.
Your eye.
She said that's enough for that.
One of the things when we first met, like I was like, I used to think that man, and my nose would get hot, like the bridge of my nose would get like a little. And to this day, we met in '96, and to this day, like him being around me makes my nose freaking sweat. Isn't that
That's
freaking?
a good thing. That means the fire is still burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
When
he's
you friends
lurking.
first, that's what happens. It lasts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been friends for a long time. Um, okay, ladies, but you know what? I'm gonna totally, because he's lurking, so that means it's probably look at it
He,
like
Well,
he tried to get his nose hot.
yeah,
I just wanted guys.
yeah.
I just wanted y'all to know that I've been here reviewing the episode of Martell and Melody's fallout over her brother because I remembered that there
Thanks,
was
Gigi.
some confusion. Okay, so what Martell did is he told the kids that their uncle liked boys.
Mm-hmm.
That was the issue. And then Melody said that she felt like he shouldn't have did that and he was painting her brother in a bad picture. And that was my issue last season. If he gay, he gay. Why can't they know that he liked boys? He never said anything bad about about the guy.
Oh, okay. So she felt like he outed her brother, basically,
Yeah, that's what it
to the
was.
kids. Well,
But what do it matter? But my thing was, if he had a whole husband, how do you hide that? Which I mean,
yeah, that seems contradictory. Yeah, I'm confused now. I'm confused.
We've been
Oh,
trying to tell you, Mel be contradicted.
thanks, DT.
and
Yeah,
it's a
oh
habit with
man.
other people. So that's what it
Random
was.
ass side note.
And then when she
But I
invited
make
her brother
garlands
to
and
talk to,
necklaces out of leaves and flowers. Yes, exactly, right? I
and then
want to see some. That means the relationship is strong and beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Awesome.
too, saying, Tati?
I said,
I
and then
was,
she
yeah.
invited him to the event, to that what was that, Tisha's
The
party.
whole Halloween thing.
Yeah, and she didn't even show up, didn't even tell him she wasn't coming. That was
Mm-hmm.
another example of her doing somebody wrong who's trying to support her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
was
is
wrong as fuck.
selfish. And
I
that's why
started
he cheated on her. But that's also why he cheated on her. He already admitted that's
see,
why he cheated on her because she didn't make time for him, so she
that's what I be saying. And cheating is never right, but the type of person somebody is, it does make me start to think differently. Like it, I don't think I would want to be with somebody of a certain type of personality.
Yeah, I'm
But
about to say, but
I,
just leave me. Don't cheat on me. Give
yeah,
me the option.
yeah, I wouldn't cheat either. But and then I also wouldn't. It sucks because they were together from such a young age. Because I also wouldn't go into business like they did, being so trusting, like it's supposed to last forever. That's
Yeah,
if
we
you
gonna
ask
give you
me,
this up.
if they had divided everything appropriately, if he had gotten licensed
Exactly.
and they had the funds going to themselves separately, I bet they would have had a better time, separating.
right. Yeah, yeah. That's probably part of why he lingered.
Yeah.
You know, do you believe? Okay, they did say that in this last episode too. Do you believe Martell's hook head when he sits across the room and says that he asked for the divorce,
Nope.
knowing that he's financially not stable or able? Do you think he really did that?
I
And
believe
Nope.
that.
I believe he
I
said
believe
I
he
will
said it.
divorce you, but I don't believe he said I want no divorce.
yeah, I don't think he
He
meant
used the
it.
divorce as a weapon. Don't play with me because I'll divorce your ass. I believe he probably said that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna because they both admitted that he said it, but he didn't go and file it. So did he say it? Yeah, but he didn't file for it.
right. So that I don't think that either of them really meant it.
Yeah,
So
she
then
just
we
then when
have to
that baby
go back to
came in, that's when she was like, "Oh no, I
Yeah,
can't. This no recovery from this."
period. Ain't no
But I don't think if he would have never got that girl pregnant, they would probably still be together today.
I
same with
Because that's
Wendy.
the reason
Same
she
with
had her last baby because she wanted to make it work. You don't have babies with somebody that you are thinking about divorcing. Point
right.
blank. Period.
Same with Wendy Williams and Kelvin Hunter too, right?
Yep,
yeah,
they would still be
Just
together
made
too because he made her the laughing stock for years and she did nothing. But
nothing.
when the baby came, that's when it was time to say, "Oh, this
Yeah,
ain't gonna work."
yep. Leave before the baby, ladies. Leave before the baby.
Thank
right.
you. He
Please.
cheated
Because
and he
that's
keep doing it.
that makes sense. That's why we're seeing this version of her because she really wouldn't have left if it wasn't for the baby.
Exactly.
Mm,
Not have. They just had a baby together themselves. She wouldn't have
Right.
went nowhere.
that's why she
Right.
that. She really would have
She
still
thought
been
her baby was going to
out.
stop him from going to make a baby.
Mm,
Yep.
Not like specifically, but
It would have kept him home more.
like Thick Girl 40 just said, you don't make a baby with somebody you planning on divorcing.
mm.
And like she said, during COVID, he was everybody else in the house, and you the only person in the street. Some you got to go make a run. You got to do some work.
Right.
Everybody else in the house, everybody else at your business at home, but you the only one that got to do business. Child, man, who
Mm-mm.
believe in that?
Pandemic would get you every time.
And yeah, that's another thing. All these men on all these shows, Love and Hip Hop, everywhere, they keep saying that they're going through depression, and I just really feel like they're not getting support. I'm starting to feel really. Y'all have black sons. Do you feel like people really think that black men can't genuinely be depressed?
Yep,
Yep.
I believe they do because black men are supposed to be this and that, and
Hmm.
they're supposed to be the strength, but
Well, and it's
we're
also
stronger than them, so I don't know why they would even think that if we can be depressed,
It's like
right.
it's.
they can be depressed. You know what I'm saying? Look
I'm.
all we
Well,
put
I
on our
think that
backs.
maybe it's been associated with what people usually refer to as black rage is usually the emotion they're allowed to have, right?
Mhm.
So when you want to take rage, which is like, oh, we have a reason to be fearful of them or they're
Hmm.
scary or out of control or something, when you take that and you repackage it into what everybody understands as a mental disease and a mental
Yeah,
handicap,
it's
such as
they.
depression,
Yeah,
that
they can't use it
everybody
against
has,
them.
then
Hmm.
you have to, then it forces a certain group of people to be like, oh, yeah, no, that doesn't happen. And even to the people it's happening to, we haven't been allowed to say these things within our own community for so long.
Hmm. Yep, because
We've been
men
like
don't
not
do that.
wanting to go to the doctor, not wanting to go to the psychiatrist until there's a problem. We never want to go nowhere until there's a problem because we've been lied to so many times at all the places that we're like, okay,
Hmm.
that's finally when we'll go.
I
But
think
there
Martha
are many
is.
times that I feel like we should go before that.
What you say, Tati?
I was gonna say I think Marceau is one of the first and only black men I've seen on these reality shows who
I was
has
glad he did that.
yeah,
Me
who have
too.
said that he was depressed, and then people around him try to help him get help. And
Help.
that's why I like
Hmm.
Love and Marriage Huntsville, because when I watched two black men on Love and Hip Hop say the same thing. Nobody offered or suggested real help. They thought they were
Hmm.
bullshitting and lying. What's that guy from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood?
Safari and
Well, Safari and Scrappy said it, but then
yeah, crappy.
the other one from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, the one that was on Making the Band,
Oh, the
Um,
one that just left his
Willie,
wife because he
Willie
couldn't deal with
Wednesday?
the
Willie said he was depressed
yeah.
too. Nobody wants to believe it, but it's been real, even for me, to go through the pandemic, being stuck at home, your kids' homework.
Hmm.
My son is still at the house. You do get depressed.
Yeah.
Hmm. Trying to
So
help them with that work by itself is depressing.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot being a
Willie
human
never
in this
lied.
world, right?
True.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Women, we know women we take on more than men preach. So, but that's my thing. So if we can be depressed, why don't we think they can't be depressed?
Yes, and I know that men can go through postpartum too, because the root of postpartum is just feeling like you've had a child and you don't have any rights to your own life or body.
Yeah.
So I hated that Safari told somebody that, and then nobody wanted to help him. But if you try to help yourself through depression, ain't no telling. It just don't look cute all the time. Sometimes it look fucked up.
That's the
Right.
problem. That the optics. It's the optics that people go by, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
What something look like doesn't mean that's what it really is.
That's deep. I love when we get deep, ladies. And I love when you stop by Larger Curves. I hope we're smashing buttons. If you happen to catch this live on a replay, make sure you check out Tottie Vision. She's Tottie Vision on all platforms. And
Yep.
make sure you check out Prosperity Thick Girl 40. I am loving you
Cut
guys.
by thick girl on IG.
Oh, Cups by Thick Girl.
On IG. Hmm. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I thought something went out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, Larger Curve.
Yes, thank you. And
You're
thank you,
very
Tati, for
welcome.
coming
I
up.
love you guys.
Thanks
And
for taking the request.
oh my gosh, totally. I love
I
you guys.
requested from both of you guys. I was like, I miss Tati and
Right.
Logic Curves and our combos and DT in the chat. And Logic Curves made it happen.
Yes, thank you all for coming by again to Larger Curves. Smash the buttons on the way out if you haven't already. And Toddy Vision, Thick
Yeah.
Girl, DT. How about on the count of 5, since all the other places do it on the count of 3? We'll do it on the count of 5. We'll say, oh, first, do you want to say anything? Any closing thoughts?
Y'all be safe, Tati and Logic Curves and DT. Love you guys. Y'all be safe. Have a good week.
Yes. Everybody
Me too.
take care. I love talking to y'all, and I'm gonna put something together for my channel soon. I hope y'all come over.
For
I
sure.
will. I sure will.
We'll definitely go over and support. And for me too, thank you again for tuning into Larger Curves. This has been fabulous. And DT says, love you all. And thanks for the great night. Larger Curves, Toddy Vision, and Prosperity Thick Girl 40. Yes. And we love you too, DT. You keep us
Love you, babe.
graphics and all, and just your energy, always giving us the comments throughout the whole time. We appreciate your time all the way in New Zealand. We love you. And okay, so we're gonna cut this out on the count of. We got another one from DT. Love you all. Love talking to you. What's that?
Have a great week and something.
Manu, Manuel, Manio, Mania, Te, Va, Ve, Aho.
Manuate Boko. Okay.
Huh, that sounded good, Toddy.
Okay, I just said
It sounded right.
Good, Toddy.
We ain't got no sense at all.
That's excellent. We love you, DT. Thank
And I love it.
Okay, you guys. So on the count of 5, and yeah, just let me know whenever you guys want to do this again, whatever topic you guys want to get at, we can do that because your inspiration helps me. And whoever happens to catch this, we're still trying to get to that goal of 400 subs over here. And we
I
really.
sent you 2 more.
Oh my God, really? I didn't refresh
Yeah.
on my browser maybe because it
I
was.
gotta get my son's computer when it charges up to give you the other one.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, these milestones, it's all about milestones, baby steps everywhere in the universe, you guys. And I
It
hope,
feels good being a part of it too.
right? And you guys are right here for the foundation, and you know how important foundations are. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you being part of my foundation over here on Larger Curves. And earlier today, we had a vote, and it's official that we're Curvies. So you are official Curvies, my beautiful. And so I appreciate you coming on and sharing your time and energy with me. And yes, we will definitely be doing this again, DT, sooner than later. Okay. And so on the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to say 5. wait. I'll do it again. No, you hang up. Wait. Wait. Okay, wait. This is so hard. Husband's like, woman, if you don't get in the position soon, I don't know what you're gonna do. Okay, wait. Okay,
guys, if you guys are on stereo, you guys should subscribe to me. We have some great content going on there. We have a land of pussies that we like to venture into every now and then. We have great adult conversations.
Oh, when are those? Is there a way we can hit a bell and get notified about that, Toddy?
Yes, if you follow me on stereo, it'll notify you when I set the time or whatever. And also, I'm gonna start posting them to my YouTube. So
yeah, come to your YouTube page so we can go. We'll know.
Yeah. That'll be.
We always in the YouTube streets.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys like that graphic for tonight? I said a YouTube Streets exhibition game. I was like, it's crazy. I was trying to get jiggy on my graphics to that. It was because we have so much fun over here, you know?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, okay, on the count of, okay, 5 is so hard.
Girl, want me to do it?
You like ripping band-aids off. I can tell. You're the kind of person that gets waxed. You don't go get freaking threaded, huh? You don't mind getting a good
That's
old wax, huh? Like,
that's very true.
okay. I could do it. I could do it. I got big old panties. Wait,
That your husband trying to take off?
I know, right? Okay. So on the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you guys. 5.
Bye.
Peace.